Wait! Don't set the stream live, whatever you do! Too late.
Right.
We are
live stream.
live.
Feels about
Total
the
Party
same.
Kill has tweeted the link. If anyone needs to retweet that, feel
Okay.
free. Hello, live stream. Dan, this is the part where I ask you my traditional question. Is anyone watching today?
People are watching. Too closely, some might say. There are 8 people in
Wow,
the
who are just
YouTube
waiting for us.
and 4 people on audio.
Wow,
All right.
that's almost 12 people.
Sure, I mean,
that is how math works.
rounding, I guess.
I mean, some of them might be the same.
The people
that seems
on
very
audio
confusing.
did not see me wave my greeting.
Oh,
That's
Just
true.
imagine
That's
that
true.
I'm
That's,
waving.
that's a
Now
benefit
waving greeting.
of watching
Yeah.
the live stream, folks.
Earthlings.
Aline, if you could wave noisier right by your
Yes.
mic.
What is an audible wave? Is it
Yeah.
just doing like a
Yeah.
like? Do I rub my
No,
hands?
no,
together?
Dan.
What does it sound
Yeah,
like?
right.
Now
I
we're
don't know
getting
what
into
it-
ASMR, and I'm not okay with that.
Mhm. All right, we're gonna do the thing. It is 4:13 in my time zone. We're gonna play about an hour of D&D. We're gonna take a break. Maybe we'll play another hour of D&D. How's that sound?
Yay! Yay!
I like the way this is starting out.
Okay.
All downhill from
it's
there.
all, yeah, thanks.
So far,
Um,
so adequate.
Any technical or procedural Dungeons and Dragons questions we need to do that can't wait until they're in the episode, you'll need to take a short rest. We'll talk about how that works, etc. We're good?
Yeah, I think
All
so.
right. I gotta remember how podcasts start.
Oh, wait a minute.
Uh,
I forgot the beeps. Hold
oh,
on.
Add more beeps.
Beeps.
Those can be put in post, I think.
Tony, how do I calculate my THACO?
You shut your mouth.
Wait a minute. Do you have a THACO?
Oh my gosh.
Yes,
People have THACOs?
everyone has a THACO.
Okay, but isn't it just their
Know
armor
what a
class?
THACO is?
No, THACO is
It's
two
hit armor class 0.
Yeah.
So if I know
Yeah.
my THACO, then when I know someone else's armor class, I know what odds I have of hitting them.
Okay.
That was back
I
when
haven't-
rules were way more confusing.
I haven't needed that information since junior high. So, like trigonometry, I have offloaded that from my head. So here we go. Grab your dice.
Yeah,
Of
wait,
various-
wait till Cicero's sitting in his chair. Otherwise, awkward.
Good. I was not looking at that window. Grab your dice and feed your mice. It's time for Total Party Kill. I've made Dan laugh.
Are we
Mission
feeding the dice to the
accomplished.
mice?
Yeah,
I am not taking questions about mice at this moment. It's me, Tony Sindelar, a dungeon master. Today, we are continuing our mini adventure, The Queen of Rosewater. A reminder, this is part of the collection of fantastic adventures put out by Sly Flourish. They are fantastic. They are very cheap and great. And are we allowed to say cheap? I guess I should say affordable. They're inexpensive.
Cost efficient.
I highly recommend if anyone is looking for a bunch of short adventures to run with their friends, possibly over the internet. The Fantastic Adventures are a nice starting place. Just tell your friends not to listen to this podcast. That's right. Do reverse marketing. Break into their houses and steal all of their devices if you have to. You wouldn't want them to get spoiled. All right, that's enough mouse and criminal-related things. Let's meet our adventurers, and they will introduce their characters, and then I'll do a quick recap of where we are. First up, it's Elaine Sims.
I feel like we need to do like a little legal disclaimer. Like Tony does not represent the Incomparable Incorporated. Like this is not legal advice, et cetera, et cetera. Anyway, I'm not playing a lawyer. I am playing a mountain dwarf fighter named Bellin Greybeard.
Mm-hmm. The lawyer of the mountains, if you will.
That's what they call me.
Also joining us, it's Shelley Brisbane.
Hello, I am playing what am I? I am playing Caliph Leiden, a high elf sorcerer.
Next up, it's Cicero Holmes.
Yeah, I'm happy to be joining this economically palatable adventure as Enovan, the Azamar cleric.
I assure you, Cicero, many expenses were spared. Also here, it's Monty Ashley.
Hi, I'm playing Krong, the bugbear rogue who recently got to kill some bugbears, and he's not sure how he feels about that yet.
I mean, the human characters have been killing humans left and right in my adventures for years.
Yeah, but
Oh.
their excuse wasn't just I saw a human. Those guys are
Yes.
all evil.
That would be an interesting twist, though.
Yes.
Mm.
I'm not sure they'd be wrong.
True.
Yeah, jury's still out on humanity. And last but not least, it's Rosemary Orchard.
Hello, I am playing a high elf bard called Jamaica, whose name everybody will struggle to pronounce. But it's
Excellent.
okay because I'm here to help Monty, aka Kron, through his difficult transition from being a bugbear to being a bugbear who kills bugbears.
Thank you.
Mm. All right, what are we up to? Well, you have taken on an errand for the town of Whitesparrow. Somebody has cut off the flow of water to all the nearby farms, and they are not happy. The sheriff of Whitesparrow has sent you to negotiate with someone who left a threatening note. You went to a area of ruins not too far from Whitesparrow known as the Headless Angel because of the Headless Angel statue. And you kind of had negotiations with a group of goblins and bugbears. Things broke down pretty quickly. Well, maybe not quickly. It took a while. Things broke down and there was a fight. You slew a variety of goblins and bugbears, but several goblins lived to run away into the brush to tell the tale of some adventurers who are not interested in paying thousands of gold pieces in return for water. So I think the first thing you need to do, you have survived the battle. Some of you are pretty badly hurt. So you may wish to take a short rest, which is 1 hour. That allows you to spend hit dice. And also some of your party has healing abilities.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think another thing that we may need to discuss is what a short rest does for spells.
Mm-hmm.
So how many spells do we regain
I
think
think
on a
any.
short rest?
Most people do not regain any.
Any.
Yeah, unless you are. I think-
wizards sometimes do.
And
They have
warlocks.
special-
Warlocks.
Yeah,
Warlocks.
they have special things.
Right.
The default is none.
Right.
Aw.
Time to go home and go to sleep for the night.
Yes.
It's 11 a.m.
Come back tomorrow.
I'm spending some hit dice to cure my sad injuredness.
Yeah.
And it's
Yes.
important to note at level 2, you may not have very many hit dice. In fact, I think you don't.
It's true.
Too.
2
Yes.
hit dice of how many sides?
It should depend on your class. You,
Ah.
as a bard, I'm guessing it's a D8. Most
D8.
tools are D8s. Yeah.
D8.
So if you
You
hit
get-
the short rest button in
Yes.
D&D Beyond, it tells you. So I get one. Excuse me. I get to roll a D10 as a fighter. But
Okay,
you're
I
probably
have
D8.
1 d8 plus 1.
Okay.
There you go.
Your bards and clerics, among which you have
Oh.
one of each of, may have some healing abilities as well.
I'm very
Yes.
proud of myself. I rolled an 8.
There you
All
go.
right. All
That's the way
right.
to do it.
Well,
Keep that
so
up.
yeah, if anyone else needs any healing, let Enovin know, because he has the ability to heal.
I also have healing word, but that would use one of my spells.
Yes. Also, for Enovin, it would use his last spell slot. But
I have
If
2
we-
spell slots remaining, so
if
if anybody
we,
is seriously injured.
yes.
I took some
I made it
damage, so I guess I probably now I've rolled my d6 plus 2.
Okay.
So I don't know what that means in terms of
So what did you get?
I got a 3, so that's a 5.
5, right? So
So
then
you
you
get-
add 5 hit points back.
Okay, got it.
And so where are you in terms of hit points, Shelly?
Hang
that
on a
5?
second, because I'd done short rest. and
Right.
so it told me okay next. And okay, I think I want to dismiss this thing and I want to see my hit points again. My hit points are at 11. They were
Of
at
how many?
11.
11
Oh.
out of
16. 11
So
of
you-
16.
okay, so you're still five hit points down. Oh man, you were really hurt. Jeez.
But that wait, so having so the 5 does I don't get to add that back in at any point because it said I guess the 11 and then the 16 were there before I had Take
No,
a
no, no.
So,
The,
no,
the
no,
11
you
gets a
add-
+5.
Yes. So yes, you add +5 to that 11, so you're
Yeah.
fully healed.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so now I'm back
Okay,
to
good.
16.
Did you fix
Perfect.
that in D&D Beyond?
I am about to do that right
Okay.
now.
So you can just add the points and then hit the heal button next
Okay,
to your
new
hit points.
HP should be 16. Yes. Okay, wait.
Right.
5.
And how is our favorite bugbear?
I am a level higher than you guys, so I have 3 hit dice, and I've spent 2 of them to heal myself back up from 11 to my full 21.
All right.
Yay. Our bugbear is fully healthy. I like it.
I tend to
So-
stand near bad guys, though, so I might get injured again.
That's okay. We have healing powers. So
Okay.
Okay, I'm back at 16. Whew,
All
that
right.
feels
so-
better.
So everyone is fully healed then.
Look at you guys.
is
fully
is
healed.
Belle fully healed?
Yes, is Bell
Yeah.
fully-
As we
yeah.
like to
I
think of
didn't
it,
take a hit.
pre-damaged.
Yes.
Ready to be damaged again at any time.
All right. So now that we're all healed, I would like to take a look at the statue that our goblin friend was resting
That was a very interrogative friend.
was resting on in. I don't know. I am proficient at, like, I'm a dwarf, and stonework, I don't mean to brag, is my thing. So do I get advantage on that roll?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
You
that was
don't
a
have to be
2.
defined by your stereotypes.
I got a 10. Thank you so much. I will take those words to heart.
So it seems like this this statue of a headless angel, it's kneeling, its hands are outstretched, palmed up. Grin the goblin was perched on its shoulder, and it seems like Grin and or his associates had piled up a dead goat in one of the statue's hand, a pyramid of skulls in the other. So those are not features of the original construction of the statue. The statue itself is ancient and worn out by years of exposure to the elements. You do not think the statue is of goblin construction.
He just decorated
to
it by
know.
going to Goblin IKEA.
Yeah.
Those are just
It does
standard
not
things you see.
Doesn't seem like there's any, moving parts or compartments to the statue.
Am I aware, or are any of us aware of any significance that the goat and skulls might, like, is it just an intimidation thing, or do I think there
Lunch?
might be something more to their decorative choices? Like, is it just their aesthetic, or is there something more to it?
It seems like so far, based on, in the bloody note that you received earlier this day, that dead wildlife is the aesthetic of the tribe of the Redwater.
You've read some Goblin like fashion magazines and Goblin
Home
textural
decorating.
digest.
Yeah, they don't waste a corpse.
So Anavin would like to look at the corpses that are here and wasted, to see if he can intuit some natural fauna or flora that is not indigenous to this, so he can maybe glean some insight as to where the rose or the rosewater witch may be, queen maybe.
Queen. All right, so there are, I think, let's see here, there's 2 dead bugbears and about 4 goblin corpses littered around the clearing. You spend some time poking through their pockets. They do not seem to have much on them. It seems like they've got a lot of kind of, their equipment looks kind of scavenged. I'm going to say out of it, you basically pocket about 12 gold pieces from their various
Oh wow.
pockets. One of the goblins, it's not flora or fauna, but he has like a shirt that seems like it was made out of maybe like an old sack, and it's got stamped onto it like a symbol that looks like, maybe like there was a burlap sack had a symbol stamped onto it, and that goblin took that sack and turned it into a shirt. That seems unusual.
Huh. So he
Very unusual.
took a sack and made it a tunic.
Yeah.
It's now a burlap tunic.
Yep.
Let's hear about
Is
this
this
symbol.
Goblin Gap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody give me a history check.
All right. Let's.
Old Navy guy.
Oh, I've got. I'm +5 in history, so.
Ooh.
I'd like to help with that.
That when you are helping, that gives Cicero advantage.
All right. So so Enovan rolled a 15.
Okay.
Or Cicero rolled a 15, and then Enovan realized that he was pretty smart. Or,
Yeah.
he's got-
It's weird. It's you realize at first like, oh, silly goblin. The sack that they turned into a tunic was upside down, and it's pretty faded. But you recognize the symbol of an ancient dwarven clan. That at one point they probably have long since kind of gone out of business, but are lived to the north and west of the valley with Whitesparrow in it.
Bellin.
And I need a good dwarven clan name. So let's see. You got to take 2 nouns and you smush them together.
Right.
Dan, can you give me 1 noun?
Rock.
All right. Well, all right. Well, you gave me a noun. So we were gonna
That's
call
what
them
you asked
the.
for.
That's
You
what
asked
he
for
asked
one.
for.
You want a second one?
That's what you
Ledge.
asked for.
Rock ledge.
Alright.
Clan rock ledge. There you go.
I
You
would-
got
You
it.
are
was
the
gonna
worst
get- I
Mad
was-
Libs DM ever.
I was gonna provide 1 noun also, Dan.
Yeah, but you were critical of my failure to provide you with enough nouns.
He meant a
Personally, I
good
would like to
noun,
see-
Dan.
I know,
not
he
your
meant noun.
Stinky,
Right.
lousy
Yeah.
noun.
I meant Dan. Just assume when I ask you for something, I want it to be good. From your
Slime. I don't know.
Guys,
All
I
right.
hate it when the DMs fight.
I prefer to think of Dan as my trusty sidekick. So I'm realizing now I never introduced Dan either.
That's
So-
true.
I was
True.
just
Yeah.
thinking
Assistant
that-
manager
Dan
to the
who?
DM.
Yeah,
I'm
I was gonna reintroduce him when he voiced an NPC, but it may be a little while before we get to that. And introduce
If he doesn't get his act together.
and to provide that now, and please welcome to the podcast, Dan Martin. All right.
Thank you.
Yes, Enovan, you recognize the old sigil, the old logo of the Rock Ledge Dwarven Mining Company that was, they were a big deal 100 years ago.
It's a good
Yeah.
name for a mining company.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's be clear, that ledge is doing a lot of the heavy lifting in that name there.
Bellin.
Yes.
You are a dwarf. Do you recognize this clan sigil?
She's thinking about it. Bella looks at it, studies it for
Ella's
a while.
looking at this
This
very
is-
thoughtfully.
We're making this worse. aren't we?
Yeah, we're making this worse. People who are not watching the live stream can't see that Aline was coughing, and then we started making funny jokes, and now she is laughing and coughing. If only we could do. Only we could do something to make the air quality in Seattle worse. For her.
Right.
That'd be a trick.
What does the logo look like, though? Visually?
Let's see. I think that it's got.
Do you want a shape? Circle?
what?
You want a shape? Do you want me to give you a shape?
Well, no,
Two
it-
shapes?
The
Hold
shape of
on.
a circular rock?
I can make a logo in my head. It's a shield, right? Shield shape, and on it, it's divided into kind of we're gonna say 3 sections, kind of coat of arms style, right? I think in the middle section, mountain, classic dwarven motif. Upper section, top left, we're gonna say that there's like 2 pickaxes next to
Okay.
each other. And Dan, you can identify what's in the 3rd section. How's that?
Oh, thank you.
You're
I
part
was
of the team.
I was waiting. I was so glad. So we've got a mountain, we've got pickaxes, and we've also got oh man, now I feel like
He's
now.
choking. He's not ready for the
Right.
Hold on,
responsibility.
air quality.
It's too great.
How about
It's
some
not ledge, is
some
it?
great deals, Dan?
A turret.
Turret, yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Ooh, that's good.
Okay.
Okay. So do I recognize it? Do I need to roll like a history check?
Yeah, I'm
or
gonna
do I
say
just
that
know?
you're familiar with it. In fact, because you're a dwarf, specifically the big landmark that would still kind of be around from them is that they built a large dam to the northwest of Whitesparrow.
All signs point to needing to go to the dam.
I would agree with that.
I mean,
Well,
Sounds like a plan.
I think we should investigate.
yes.
Do we
Yeah.
get to make a bunch of dam jokes?
I felt like there was no way I could stop that happening.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I spent a great deal of time doing some research, and it determined that no, there was not.
If we don't go there, we would be damn fools.
Mm.
and if you do
And
go
there would
there,
definitely be no darn cat saliva.
Mhm.
There may be some damn cats.
Mm.
This area is well known for the damn cats.
Mm.
Oh,
So,
well.
yes.
Right.
So
we
I
talked
would.
about this. There will
I-
be fish in the lake, and
Yes,
cats are
yes.
attracted to fish.
Yes, and so I think there may be some damn cat saliva.
Mm.
Well, I think we should investigate.
Sounds
Yes.
like it.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm such a great dad. So.
So you know that the dam is probably a good half day's travel from here. So you could head out in that direction. It's more or less kind of due north of where you are. Let me just take you back to the map of the area. You know it's kind of due north of where you are. And it does seem like that is the direction specifically that the goblins fled. It will take you, most of the rest of the day to get there. And then it would be, basically another day's walk back to Whitesparrow, assuming you survive and want to return to Whitesparrow when all this is over.
I'm hoping to survive.
Mm.
That is a good hope.
It's good to have optimism, Rosemary.
Yes.
So,
What time of day is it right now?
I think it's about it's starting to be solidly mid-afternoon. You had brunch, you traveled here, you fought some goblins, you had to wait an hour to
digest.
Let your
settle.
yeah,
Yeah,
Don't
exactly.
fight goblins within an hour after eating. That's what
Did we
everyone
eat
says.
the
Yeah.
onion soup
Well,
that we
no.
were provided
Yeah,
with?
we ate the
I
onion
hope
soup
so.
on the
It got
way,
cold.
right?
Yeah.
We had the onion
you-
soup before we fought the goblins, didn't
That
we?
is
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah, at this
Yeah.
point, especially that, it kind of just turned into a gel if you leave it too long.
Yeah, it congeals.
I may not know anything about onion soup, people.
It
There's
really
a
depends
dead
upon
goat.
the
That's
broth
the
you
main point.
use.
Whenever
really.
it's consistency, it's been consumed.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we've just
it-
had battle, so perhaps we're hungry, or we certainly will be by the time we get to the dam.
Well,
Yeah.
no,
Okay.
you've got to let your stomach settle after murder. So,
Yeah.
so that's what we did, and now we're ready to set off on our adventure.
Mhm.
Continue on our adventure, I would suggest.
Yes.
I hope.
All right.
Right.
Watch this, people. This is a classic Dungeon Master move. And so you do.
We did it.
Yeah.
Oh
Cut
my
to-
gosh.
All right. So you head north, traveling over hill and dale through the rolling countryside of the valley around Whitesparrow. And eventually the terrain changes from rolling countryside to slightly more mountainous cliffs as you are approaching the mountains that the dam is built into. So I believe we discussed earlier that basically there's a large lake at the top of the mountains built that is, formed by the dam, and you're going to have to travel up. There's kind of a winding goat path that is going to take you from the floor of the valley up to the tops of the mountainous structures there where the dam and the lake are. So I've taken you to a new map where you should be able to see your tokens, and
But we cannot see much above us. Is that correct?
and you should be able to see some winding path. Can you see some winding path?
A little
Yes.
All right, cool.
It barely
Every day
turns.
is a winding path.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, sis.
It's a winding road, actually, but anyway,
Mm,
close enough.
bit. Oh, is it long?
This is the remix. I didn't want us to get flagged. So
Yeah, so this is a narrow, rocky trail, kind of switchbacking back and forth along the side of these cliffs here. There's chunks of slate that kind of fracture and fall from the precarious edges of the narrow trail winding up the cliffs. A howling wind kind of whips past you, seeming to sing of the easy choice to let the cliff edge just take one away. Deep cracks in the rocky wall reveal caverns below, whose shadowy walls are adorned with spooky things. So you're
Is
making
it
your way up.
possible to use our perception check to see whether or not there's anybody else around at the moment?
That would be a great idea.
Oh, that sounded ominous.
All right.
You know,
well, it would have
we're
been
full
good
of
if somebody
ideas
had
here.
helped me because I rolled a 5. But at least I've got a vague idea that there might be
Is
something
there
else.
Pretty
There.
sure
Perception?
Krong is there.
Right.
I got a 16.
Ah, thank you. That's better.
Okay.
Does that make it a 6?
What was that?
Does that make the perception roll a 6 now? With the
No,
16
well.
assistant?
If Aline is checking, then we've got 16.
We got
so.
16. Yeah, Aline looked.
Okay.
Thank you, Bill.
So you do not see any signs of other life, but there is pretty obvious footprints in the dusty path, Belle, of goblins and probably some bugbears coming and going along this path.
Okay. I'm so sorry. I lost track of the timeline. Do we get a long rest? Like, did we take a long rest during our journey, or are we still?
You took a short rest before you set out. It has started to get to at this point. I think it's probably solidly evening. You have not taken a long rest. A long rest would be 8 hours. You may wish to camp out somewhere on the cliffs before
Can I use a nature check to see whether or not I know anything about this area / the terrain, plants or animals, weather, and natural cycles?
Absolutely.
All right. I have a +3 there. Ooh, excellent. 21.
All right.
All right. This area is pretty desolate, Jemica. It seems like camping out directly on the trails on the cliffside would probably be pretty dangerous. But you can find there are a series of kind of little natural caverns and nooks, and probably I'm going to say with the 21, if you wanted to, you could totally find one that would be safe enough to shelter people if that was something that you wanted to do. It's probably a question of, do you want to confront the Queen of Redwater, the tribe of goblins and bugbears under cover of nightfall, or with a fresh night's sleep under your belt?
As a bugbear, I would know this. Are bugbears nocturnal or diurnal?
I don't know. I don't know what the canonical
I would assume.
answer.
Wait, no, it's lupine ursine, right? That would be more nocturnal than diurnal. Cats are diurnal.
I imagine
and therefore, if we're looking for cats, if Enovan wants cats, then now is a good time to be looking for cats.
Yeah.
I certainly imagine Krong as a nocturnal creature because you describe yourself as a nightmare monster.
Yeah, I hide under beds and stuff.
Bugbears do rely on stealth and strength to attack, preferring to operate at night.
Yeah.
So actually, if we attack during the day, we'll catch them asleep.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, D&D Beyond.
Okay. What about goblins? Do they have a symbiotic relationship where goblins are hard at work
take
during the day?
the day shift and the bugbears take the night shift? That's a great question. I don't know. I'll do.
I think that still works out great. Where you probably want to attack the goblins during the day versus the bugbears at night.
Fighting a sleepy bugbear is always preferable, right?
Depends. What if they, angry wake up? That could be bad. Just lashing out with a paw of claws.
Yeah, well, you really want to go into bugbear. Yeah, you really want to go into a battle with a well-rested kind of just like a chill bugbear. Like, hey, we're gonna murder you, but try not to flip out about it.
Yeah. Just
Hey, people try to murder me all the time, and I'm pretty relaxed.
Yeah.
I'm pretty persuasive.
Yeah.
Could always put them to sleep.
My favorite REM song.
What would you like to do here? You could just continue up the cliffs to the top of the paths if you wanted, or this is a place where you can make a choice.
It is not yet night, is it? It's evening.
Nope. Yeah.
Okay.
So, excuse me.
Enovan is definitely going to be looking for cats.
If we rest, the cats might trust us and come close, and also you would regain spell slots before going in.
That is correct.
And I am able to find us a nice safe cave in which to rest.
Yeah. I like all of these things.
What about other people? Do you have opinions?
I have one concern.
Please share.
Acting on behalf of the city, we did just declare war on this tribe. And if we just go to sleep, they may take reprisals upon the innocent people of Whitesparrow.
I think that's a great point.
That is an excellent point. I feel that I should point out that as an elf, and in this particular case for Calith as well, that we only need to rest for half of the time to become fully rested, and therefore we could perhaps take it in shifts and see whether or not something tries to sneak past us and attempt to rouse everybody else should that happen.
This seemed like setting some sort of watch for those of us who are both not in need of so much rest, and those of us who operate best at night can take the watches that are going to be overnight.
And Evan, this is where we learn about new character classes. As an SMR, do you need sleep, or are you like just always always on?
They're kind of celestial, so I don't know if they need sleep, but that's a good question that that the Azamar, the person playing the Azamar, does not know. So
my brief check suggests there's nothing specifically saying that they do not need sleep or rest.
Right, which maybe you can assume that they do.
Okay.
Right. All right.
I think when in doubt, you need 8 hours of sleep. Well, it does occur to you, you are on this series of switchbacks. This seems to be the only path to and from the dam, and it is, it is a choke point. So if any goblins or bugbears were to set out from their base to the town of Whitesparrow, they'd probably have to pass by you here. And this is of the chokiest of choke points compared to the rolling countryside you traveled to get here.
What's involved in setting a trap?
It depends on the kind of trap.
A tripwire.
Like if you wanted to dig a very large pit, it's going to take a while. A tripwire seems like totally something a rogue could do. So what would the tripwire connect to?
Well, just some of these rocks over here, over towards the ledge.
Is it just to trip people, or does it sound an alert, or
no, it just.
Or...
I'm picturing it just tripping people. I figure they'll make noise when they're plummeting to their death.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I heard bugbears make a big loud thump when they land. So
I'm gonna say,
no, we make no noise at all.
Well, no, but you're special.
It's like the sound of a pillow falling into more pillows. So there is a nice. Krong, you're looking around here as you are inspecting the landscape, and you see a place on the switchbacks where it's like particularly steep. There's kind of some natural steps carved into it, and you're like, if I put a wire across here, somebody would trip on it, and they would be in trouble.
Yeah. Do I have to roll for that?
I don't think so. I think as a rogue, you just do that.
Then I do that.
All right. I'm going to draw a wire on the map because I haven't done anything recently. so there we go.
What? You came up with that great metaphor about pillows falling into pillows.
Oh, yeah. Let's dwell on that one.
Remember the good times.
Yeah. Caleth, Belen, everything good? Do you have a plan?
Well, let's see. So if we wanted to either split up or we need a place for everyone to be able to rest.
I'm able to find a cave.
Yeah. Okay, great. So you're going to find us a cave, but we should either have people go forward to see what's up who do well at night, or we should at least set a watch at the cave that can change over the course of the night.
And you've identified that 2 of you only need 4 hours of sleep.
I believe so.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
I can sneak up soundlessly and spy on them if necessary.
That's not creepy at all.
Right.
Just if you really want to, whatever.
You're right. I can creep
If
up
necessary.
and spy on them silently. My mistake.
All right, so long rest.
Yep.
Okay,
All right.
I'm hitting the button.
Okay, so Gemika, you find a nice little natural cave. It is, it's dusty and dirty because it's a cave, but it does seem safe and dry, and it does not seem like anyone, either goblin or natural animal, has been this way in quite some time. It's, there's even room you can kind of maybe make a nice little campfire that won't be visible from the cliffside. and it's a nice little toasty, warm cave that you can each take your necessary amounts of sleep. You do notice as you're making your little campfire and preparing to sleep for the night, there are a bunch of kind of primitive cave paintings on the wall in this cave.
Is it possible to use a history check to discover any more about them?
Yeah, roll it.
I can also
Alright.
do an Arcana check.
Feel
which
free
is-
to do either of those. You would learn different types of things.
All
All
right.
right. Well, I scored a 5 on my history check, so
You're looking at them, and it's these strange paintings of four-armed creatures, and you do not remember anything about them. So that is not a history that you are familiar with. Caleb, you're going to roll Arcana.
Yeah, and I have 21.
Wow. So you are studying these things, and you think that these are probably the result of some powerful rituals conducted long ago by some creatures that may have perhaps inhabited these caves at one point. It seems to you that there's still some kind of magic at work in these paintings etched into the cave. And though it is, it's not unsafe to sleep next to them, it seems to you like it would be very unwise to interact with or to come into physical contact with any of these paintings.
Noted. Don't touch the walls.
Feel free to share that information or keep it to yourself.
Is the
I
floor
think I
lava?
can share. I think my team should know that.
Okay.
But the
Cicero,
1 point perspective is so bad. I want the foreshortening is all messed up.
Krong's got his little painter's easel out, and he's like, let's really fix this up. Cicero, you had a question or a thing you wanted to do?
Yeah, so Enovan also wanted to look at the cave paintings and roll history, if that's possible.
And I'd like
Yep,
to help
feel
with
free.
that
Okay.
All right.
because I was so successful myself.
Yeah, well, yeah, no problem. Together we can do this.
Exactly.
Yeah. Enovan needs that help. He rolled a 12.
You are not familiar with the history of any creatures that would have 4 arms. That's not ringing a bell with you for any history, though it does seem like you're looking at these, and you wonder if that they went to so much trouble to kind of decorate this cave. You wonder if there might be something of value to this ancient race concealed somewhere within this cave.
I rolled a 1 to a history check.
Oh my
I'm about the
gosh.
here and now.
Yeah.
What are action?
You are unfamiliar with the idea, Belle, that there are creatures with 4 arms. You just,
It doesn't matter to you at all.
You just think these are really like whoever drew these just didn't understand what people look like at all.
Based on Edovan's discovery, I would like to roll an investigation check.
All right, do it.
And I got 18, which gives me 21.
All right. As other people are perhaps going to sleep at this point, Gemika, you head deeper into the little cave, and you find kind of following the path of some of the shadowy drawings on the wall. Some of them even seem to be kind of leading the way. You find a kind of a worked little indentation in the wall with a strange faceless idol just tucked into a little sconce.
I think I might need Enovan's amazing magic arcana skills here to check whether or not I'm going to die if I touch this.
All right. Well, so Enovan, of course, went with Gemika because he's also looking for cats, and she gave him a look, and he understood what that look meant, and he rolled Arcana, and
I was helping with this, of course, because we're a team.
We're gonna die. So with his +5 Arcana,
and you have help, so you get advantage. So you can roll twice.
Okay. So then, he still rolled an 11. I got a 6 the first time, and a 3 the second time. So
right.
11 with my +5 Arcana.
Cicero, this is the very challenging thing where we have to differentiate player knowledge and character knowledge.
Right.
As far as Enovan is concerned, this 4-armed, faceless idol carved out of kind of a glittery black rock in this little sconce in the back of the cave with strange cave art paintings is totally safe to pick up.
I rolled a 13 with my Arcana check. Do
So
I
I
get
will
any
tell-
further information?
You were helping him, so that
Okay.
that provided an event
that's
with
fine.
advantage. So that was
Okay,
like
that's fine. Okay,
yeah.
cool.
You kind of have the choice when you're doing these kinds of things of either you could
thought
both
so.
roll, or one of you could help the other, and it's kind of
+5 was a
similar.
better chance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Seems like a real great idol. Would be a shame to leave it here.
Okay.
I'm really excited for all of the Innovan Gimmica Buddy adventure fanfic
Oh yeah,
that's
yeah.
gonna crop up
yeah.
out of all this. That's gonna be great.
Does this
One of
adventure
these
take place in
adventures
the
is not
afterlife?
like the other.
Yes.
I would like to ask if I may check to see whether or not I perceive something about this. Is that possible? Can I
Sure.
do that? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I scored 20.
You know that black shiny rock that this idol is carved out of is, this idol would probably be worth a good 130 gold pieces to the right collector. That's a find.
It
That collector
belongs in a
sounds like a
museum.
weirdo.
Right. Yes.
All right.
I just
The
collect
collector could
spooky
be a
idols. It's
museum.
fine.
Yeah. Everyone needs a hobby. Not everybody can wander the countryside murdering people like you. Sorry, justifiably murdering people.
Self-defense.
Yeah. Sure.
Can I roll a religion check to see whether or not there's anything of religious importance about this?
Go for it, Jemica, as you stare frantically at your character sheet, searching for things you could roll.
I have a bad feeling about this. Okay, 8. Sorry.
You are not familiar with it. This four-armed, faceless idol is not relevant to any religion that you are familiar with.
Darn it.
Enovan, how are you doing looking at this idol that's just real sweet?
Does it have like a cute little happy face with hearts to eyes?
No,
It's
it's
faceless.
faceless.
Oh, that was it.
Yeah, that would be
I'm
way too normal.
superimposing heart-eyed emoji over the top
Mm,
mentally. It's part of my performance side.
mm,
Hmm.
mm.
I do not know if we should
Belle
touch
snores.
this.
Yep, Belle's just getting her. Belle's sleeping soundly. Krong, how are you doing over there? What are you dreaming about?
Nothing. I sleep
Okay,
completely silently and
completely. Yep.
Okay.
Hard to
there's
tell when
just
he's
a
awake and when he's
pile of
asleep.
He
bugbear
just kind of
fur.
melds more into the shadows.
yeah.
Kaleth, you're doing okay over there
Yeah,
in your
well,
bedroll?
Well, I'm ready to get up whenever they get back. I'm sort of
Yep.
curious as to whether the part of the cave that we're in, because they've gone off and investigated Jemica.
Yeah,
and,
they're just around the corner from you.
But I'm just wondering if there's anything nearby that we should be aware of. I wonder, could I do an investigation?
Sure.
Okay, so let's roll that up. Sometimes I have to punch the button twice. Oh dear.
Yeah.
It said I got a 1 plus. I have a total of 3.
You did it.
You know,
Congratulations.
it's been a long day, Kaleth. Everything, you're just looking forward to getting that 8 hours, making sure you don't touch those spooky shadow
All right.
paintings.
Not touching the
All right.
walls, closing my
All right.
eyes, waiting for them to
All
get
right.
back.
Enovan, Jemica.
I'm gonna say to Anavant that I think we should probably leave this until morning because we were already told don't touch the walls, and I would consider the idol to be adjacent to the wall and therefore possibly covered in the same bad juju.
Well, the being adjacent to the walls is not the same as being actually the wall.
Yeah, but if we die, then the others are gonna be really angry with us,
Yeah.
That
and you
is-
will not get cat saliva.
that is correct. Maybe we should try and find cats first, and with the cat's saliva, we'll be
Yeah.
able to grab this.
Exactly, and to find the cats, they're diurnal. It's getting pretty dark. We should probably go to sleep because then they'll be awake again at dawn.
Ooh. Hmm.
Cats are most awake at dawn and dusk.
This is sound logic. You seem to know lots about cats. But you don't know about the healing properties of the cat's saliva?
Not really, no. I'm hoping that
is-
you'll be able to educate me about this.
This is most peculiar, but perfectly fine.
That sounds meanderful.
Yes.
I know a lot about the cat's meow and the cat's
Right.
pajamas. Is this the saliva? Where does that? I guess that comes in between the meow and the pajamas.
Yes, exactly.
Definitely.
In his
Just get
sleep,
licked by a
Krong-
cat and everything gets better.
Yes.
In
All
his sleep, Krong mumbles, "They're crepuscular."
So Edovan, do you want to get your 8 hours of sleep?
Sure.
All right.
Sure. Anavan is.
All right, and so
And
you head to
Damon
sleep.
is doing that too.
Well, I think you're on watch. So
Yeah. But I'm gonna head back
Like
to
a
the
sleepy
front of the
watch,
cave and sit
though.
there.
Yeah.
sleepy watch.
Well, we have the
4
tripwire.
4 hours go uneventfully. Gemika, you wake up Caliph, who's gotten her 4 hours and is fully rested, and Caliph, your 4-hour watch goes uneventfully as well. And so you
Time
all
flies
awaken.
when you're having fun.
And
Oh,
and
yeah.
now
Awaken
your
the
watch
next
has
morning.
ended.
Yes,
Yeah.
your watch has ended. Your spell slots are restored. It is very early. It is just barely dawn. The kind of, it's shadowy here in the cliffs, and very shadowy inside the cave. You're enjoying a kind of a simple breakfast of leftover onion soup, and
Did we
you hear
at
the,
least
the-
reheat it over the campfire? Please tell me.
yeah,
We
just a little
reheat.
bit. And you hear the sound of what could only be described as a goblin tripping, breaking several bones on the cliffs, and then plummeting to its death. Dan Morin, what does that sound like?
I was going to say, I have my soundboard prepared. Let me. You ever heard a piano hit with a sledgehammer? It's a little bit like that.
Yes, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, come on. You hear a ew.
Just like piano.
There's a little pause.
I had been worried about how we were going to pull up the tripwire successfully. Now I don't have to worry about that.
Oh,
The wire
Job
is
done.
gone.
Caleb.
Solved, yes.
All right. And following that is the sound of some goblins squabbling amongst themselves somewhere in the cliffs above you.
Great.
All right, I'm gonna pull out my. What do I have here? My
Morning
Morning
Star?
Star. Yeah.
It is morning, so that makes sense.
You hear
It's
somewhere
just
from,
called a star during the morning. Then.
Yeah, it's just
from
Pull out my
somewhere
star.
from somewhere above you on the cliffs. You hear someone say, "Blibbly, are you okay?" Blibbly does not respond.
we're never gonna learn Blibbly's
Blibbly's
story.
Blibbly had a
have
rich backstory.
question. Did I see the goblin as he fell past?
Were you stationed by the entrance?
I was near the entrance,
Yeah.
because I was previously keeping watch.
Yeah, we'll see that you saw a goblin. He fell. I don't know exactly what the view of from where Krong's tripwire was to the entrance, but yeah, I'm gonna say that you saw a goblin plummet past.
Okay.
It helped that it was screaming and moving quickly to grab your
Okay.
attention.
I would like to suggest to everybody else that I have a spell called Disguise Self, and I could potentially, with the fact that I only know roughly what this goblin looked like and his first name, disguise myself as him and reappear up the cliff and just be like, yeah, it's all good.
I
And I
love
don't know if
everything
the
about
other
this
pe-
plan.
Nothing could
Definitely
go
do
wrong.
it.
Yes.
It's a
Nothing
great
could go
plan.
wrong.
Yeah,
No.
I mean, I just like to suggest there are a few minor, potential issues, and that I know nothing else about this goblin.
Hmm.
But,
Go for
that's
it.
an option. Yeah?
Do it. Do it right now.
Okay. Let's just do it. What does
Picturing
Annabelle say?
Gemeka as a goblin.
Who
Now
cares
we've,
about you? Your
now
partner.
we've never met before.
Yeah.
So it does help. You have seen several goblins recently. So
I'll be great at this. I've seen several goblins.
Alternatively,
Also, a lot of goblin
As-
movies.
yeah.
yeah. Alternatively, another suggestion is I could disguise myself as Grin the Goblin and appear and go, wait, what happened to him? Or something.
I would say that you have a much more extended interactions with Grin the Goblin as opposed to Blibbly. You think who is named Blibbly?
Right.
Who
Could be a
died.
nickname.
Yeah.
I could sneak up the path
You
I mean,
also
that's
have
probably a better
and
suggestion.
kill all
That's
of them.
probably a better
you
suggestion.
also have a bugbear that looks exactly like a bugbear.
There we go. Can
So-
we tie a bow on the bugbear's tail so we know which one is our bugbear, so I don't accidentally stab him?
You know which one he is.
Okay,
They
okay.
look different. They have different.
Traveling with him
Thank
for a whole
you.
day.
Right.
Yeah.
So Enavin goes to Gemika and he clasps her on the shoulder and says, I love this idea. I love this idea for you.
All right, so
And then-
that's one vote in the solid. Not going to do that, Camp.
Right. But when he does that, he casts the cantrip guidance on you.
Ah.
Which gives you a feeling of warmth. So like you're thinking maybe, oh, I'm definitely not going to do this because that sounds ominous. But
Yeah,
then you
yeah.
feel warmth from the touch. And what that grants you is the ability to add a D4 roll for any of your ability checks, an ability check of your choice.
Okay.
but
And would
you-
deception be an ability check?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
All right, and I already have +4 on that, so it's going to give me +8, which is
plus
good.
4
No,
and a
it'll give you
D4.
it'll
to-
give you a D4 up to.
Oh, okay, so I get my 12, which is the 8 I rolled +4, and then I get a D4.
Right,
That's,
yeah.
that's a D4.
Yes.
All right, so that gives me 15 in total. So I only have a sort of 75%-ish chance of deceiving.
We don't know you don't know how hard it'll be to deceive.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, 15.
They're goblins.
Does Belle and Caliph have any suggestions or preferences? Belle's looking
So-
pretty morning starry right now.
Yeah, Belle's ready to hit anything at any time. Also, Belle has an intelligence of 11 with a modifier of 0.
Which will
So
remind you, which
Belle's
is average.
down for like
Yeah.
whatever.
Average.
Smash
Yeah.
it. Smash
But
it.
like
Okay.
she's also very like conflict non-avoidant.
Right.
So,
She is
you know,
conflict not averse.
yeah.
So I have a longbow, so I can kind of back you up. I can stay behind you, but I can cover you as you go forward. And if
Mm.
there's any risk to you, then I would be happy to take out your foe.
If there's a
And
way to
Krong.
hide.
And Krong is like the shadows themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Grin plus Bugbear might have
Look.
a good chance.
This is a plan. This is a classic thing to do in Dungeons and Dragons, is to have a plan. Some plans, not all plans, are of equal validity. Also, sometimes that you don't know what's going to happen in the world. You can have a good plan that interacts with circumstances that you could not have
All right.
anticipated. I think
I'm
you
gonna
should
go
go
for
try.
it. I'm gonna disguise
All
myself.
I
right.
knew
I
that the
love
whole
that
time
plan.
that you were going to go for it. I could
All
just-
right.
I love this plan.
All right.
I'm
So this
officially
is-
disguised as Grin the Goblin.
Is this a spell or is this just a thing you do?
This is a first level spell, so it's
All
used
right.
one of my spell slots.
So it's not just like you've got you change your outfit. It's like you magically
I am
look-
Grin.
you are Grin, and you
I sound like Grin.
Yeah, speaking of which, you
Excellent.
have
That
to
was
do
my next
you have to
question.
do the voice.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rosemary, that's
Can you-
required.
Can you remind me of the voice?
Can I remind myself of the voice? Hold on.
It was kind of a like
Lobster?
Bostonian.
It was a little
mobster.
Boston, little New York. Yeah.
It was a little
Yeah.
Bostonian for some
Yeah.
reason.
Was it?
yeah.
Why
For
not?
some odd reason.
Why?
Yeah,
You want
Yeah.
water?
There we go.
yeah, they're excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Water? All right.
Water?
Yeah.
All right.
We're all in it now.
All right. So
All right.
I'm gonna go up the path
All right.
with my plus 15 on my deception
And,
and go. What happened?
All
And
right.
I would like to sneak about 20 feet behind her.
All right.
Wait, aren't you? You're
So-
pretending to be
Right.
Curly, right?
Yeah,
You can
aren't
just come with me.
Yeah,
You could just pretend to be Curly or Shirley.
Hurley.
yeah.
None of
Whichever
those bugbears had these boots or this rapier.
Okay.
and really
yeah, you
didn't
could be
look
20
much
feet
like
behind me.
They had a different muzzle. Their noses were
All right.
black. My nose is more of a tan.
Okay.
I would
okay.
really feel better sneaking.
Okay, you can be
Yes.
behind me. That's okay.
All right.
Thank you.
All of those goblins are perfect partners. They would recognize if you got a haircut. There's
Yes, that's
something
right.
different
That's
about
right.
you.
I don't smell nearly as bad as the bugbears we killed.
That is a very important
I
point.
feel terrible about, but
Right.
So, Gamaka, in the disguise as Grin the Goblin, your entire appearance transforms. You are shorter. You are more irritating. Your scent changes. You've got his little gold earring in one ear, and you head up the pass to where the tripwire identified the source of goblins. You head up a kind of narrow set of stone steps and come across a patrol of 5 goblins who seem to be basically squabbling, trying to figure out what to do about the fact that one of their patrol disappeared.
All right.
Bear with me a second. There are 5 goblins. That is 5/6 of a 1 goblin patrol.
Oh, you guys
I know
learned how to count
Kron
to
is like
6.
20 feet behind
Congratulations.
me. Where did Bill get to?
So Kron,
I'm
you're gonna hang back 20 feet. I will say everybody else, like, you can be within earshot, but if you wanted to have anywhere near, remember they're on like cliffs above you at this point, it would require some pretty good stealth to be able to follow along in a way that you could see what was going on. So,
Yeah,
Kron, I'm not
I'm-
even gonna make you roll if you're gonna hang back that far. So,
Okay.
I have disadvantage on stealth checks, so I am staying
Staying put. Okay.
far
All right.
away, and I'll dash to action if I need to.
Wonderful.
So, Gamaka, the 5 goblins all kind of whip around as they see you coming up the steps toward them. And there is a series of kind of extremely non-uniform, sloppy salutes. To play some of these goblins, please welcome to the podcast, the one, the only, the available, Dan Moran.
Thank you.
Noted
Dan.
noun provider.
Dan, let's not dwell on his weakest moments.
Looking
Dan-
at this place, Rock Ledge is a real good name.
Yeah.
Look, it's rocks, it's
Yeah.
ledges. I see where they're coming from.
I think it's an wonderful name.
Dan, who is the first goblin? I can provide additional goblin voices as needed. But who is goblin number 1?
Goblin number 1 is a goblin that goes by 3 ears. Lots of questions about where the 3rd ear comes from, but you don't want to know.
All righty.
Just gonna add that to his token there. All right. So, Gamaka, you are meeting 3-ear the goblin. Take it away.
What are you doing here? That was not
Oh,
good.
hi, boss. We're guarding the cliffs.
Gamaka, give me a deception check. You have guidance as provided by Enavon.
When I
don't
rolled
know-
it last time, I got to 15 total.
Oh, okay. So that's a 15. 3-ear. As far as you can tell, this is Grin the Goblin.
I thought. Why are you down the hill? I thought you came back last night.
No, I came back now.
Oh, okay. We're just watching as usual for the people come. I mean, not you. You're the boss, but yeah, we're just hanging out here watching for people.
And where is the rest of your patrol?
Well, most of us are here. You see, there's the other 4 goblins, and we're just blibly. I think he took a wrong turn.
Libly.
The other goblins look very nervous and are not avoiding eye contact with you, Gamaka. 2 of the goblins are doing that thing where they're like there's something real exciting going on in the dirt by their feet.
He'll probably be back soon.
All right. You should go and look for him.
Oh, yeah, but who's gonna watch the cliffs then?
You think I can't watch here?
Oh, no, of course. I guess I just thought there's the, yeah, guys, we should go look for Blibly, I guess.
You should.
Okay,
Where,
do you want me,
where? Oh, sorry, you go.
do you want me to leave, a couple guys?
Yeah. Nope. I'm good.
Really? No, okay. Well.
You think I need help?
No, that's not what I was saying. I try. You're a very good goblin. You're the best, and we're all big fans. But yeah, I just figured it's heavy sometimes pushing these rocks over when the people come by. So I just figured you might want some help. You don't have to get your hands dirty.
No. I'm in a good mood today. I'd like to push some rocks on people.
Oh,
And if
okay.
you don't go, then you'll be one of the first people to get a rock pushed on you.
Nope. I got you. Yeah. I guess sure. We'll just go look for Blibbly then.
Please go ahead.
Just a clarifying question, Gemika / Grin. Are you directing them to go back up the cliffside or down the cliffside?
I'm
Or
actually
to
directing
jump
them to go
off the cliff.
down the cliffside, potentially jumping off of it. The precise direction could be misunderstood, but
Because
I'm
if they
hurting
come
them
down,
into
they'll
the
pass
trap.
the rest of
They're
us.
gonna go
and
past me and go into you guys, so that
Yeah,
they get
so we
pincered
could-
between us.
we could take care of them.
Well,
Is
I'm
that-
hoping the
So you're
Bell
gonna
and
make them
Kron.
some sandwiches? That's what that means?
No, probably not. We're out of sandwiches, by the
All
way.
right.
No, we can.
Yeah, we're out of bread and there's no spread around. But they're gonna get squished,
Okay.
and that's where Blibbly went. So
Mm-hmm.
it would be logical.
All right. 3-Air, what are you prepared to do?
3-Air gives another ragged salute, and he maybe just a little too much velocity coming back, whacks himself in the head a little bit, and then kind of motions at the rest of the goblins. Guys, come on! Let's. You heard the boss. Let's go find Blibbly. He looks a little
I'm very
worried at that.
I'm concerned for the 4 goblins that report to 3-Air.
I'm also concerned for those goblins, to be very clear.
All right,
Maybe Blibbly was
so-
in charge of this team.
Yeah, I mean,
That's true.
I don't.
Yeah, he
Also,
was the
possibly,
brains.
yeah. 3-Air is maybe the most qualified, and that should be the worrying part.
Yeah, that was my concern. Yeah. Who is
Perhaps
more
he had
foolish, the
4 ears at
fool
one
or-
time.
That's right.
Or
he started
3
as
years.
4-Air.
That
Oh,
follows.
Does that mean that they're gonna walk past me?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think so.
I mean-
That's what you
Does
tell them
that
to
You
do.
totally go down the
Potentially-
hill.
Yeah. Does that mean I potentially get an attack of opportunity?
I think they are not your enemies.
Okay.
You could, so that does not provoke an attack of
Also, if
opportunity.
you attack 3-Air as
I-
he walks past, the other goblins
Yeah.
are going to be very puzzled and
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
Yeah.
start fighting back.
I will say, if you wait till the last goblin walks past and want to stab the last goblin in the back, you would do so with advantage because that goblin is not expecting Grin the Goblin to stab them in the back.
Well, I will definitely do that, please.
Oh, wow.
All right. So 3-Ear heads down the cliffside, followed by 4 other goblins. I will just tell you that I'm just going to move some tokens around here. Tactically, instead of the goblins being up on a cliffside where they were going to throw boulders at you forever, they have now been lured out of their hiding spot. Also, one of them has been taken out by a tripwire. Gemika, you are behind all of the goblins now. Krong, I'd say there's enough of them. It's a small cliffside. Krong, you are aware from the conversation you could overhear of the 5 or so goblins coming your direction. Do you want to hide so that they pass by you?
Yes, I want them to.
Okay.
I want some of them to have passed me.
Excellent. They are actively looking for Blibbly. So give me a stealth check. It may be challenging because they are looking around.
10.
All right. They are mainly focused. They know where Blibbly went, so they're mainly focused looking off the cliff. I'm going to say that they get past. 2 of them get past you. One of them, the third in the patrol of 5, is is a little bit more paying attention, and he's kind of sweeping back and forth with his little bow, and he notices that the shadow behind this boulder has 2 cartoon eyes because that's you, and he is startled because he realizes he is looking at a bugbear.
Just
Not
taking
very
a
far
smoke
away
break,
from him.
boss.
So let me just check in with the other group. Enovan, Bell, Caleth, you are by the cave entrance. You can hear these people coming. You could theoretically try and hide in the cave and hope that they will pass, or you could jump out onto the pass and attack the first people that come your way. What's your, and I use this term loosely, plan?
So I have a longbow, and I could certainly take out one of
Mhm.
them. What have the rest of you guys got in terms of attack?
So probably if you have a longbow, for example, you don't want to be in a cave. The longbow is way more effective outside of the cave.
Oh well, okay. Well,
Yeah.
if I come out of the cave, then I would be visible. Yes.
Yes.
So, but I have a fog cloud.
Oh.
So let me see how that works. Bear with me while I learn what spells do.
Mhm.
I have a fog cloud, which you create a 20-foot
radius sphere of fog centered at a point within range.
Oh.
The sphere spreads around corners and an area of heavy obscurity. It lasts for the duration or until a wind of moderate or greater speed. Well, I don't think we have to worry about wind at this point.
I
That's all
will.
it
Yeah, I
says
will tell
about
you the cliffside is very windy, so the fog might not hang around very long. Unfortunately, that
Good
I will tell you.
point, but
Probably
maybe long
it's
enough
Probably
to-
it's probably way more effective indoors, but that doesn't mean it's not at all effective outdoors. So you could, for example, place some fog at the entrance to the cave or on the side. I don't know where are you thinking that fog would be useful?
I was thinking that if the fog were in front of me, obscuring me, then I could take a shot from behind the cloud at the goblin.
Well, the one problem that would potentially, just so you know, is when the stuff is heavily obscured, if they can't see you, you can't see them.
You can't see them.
I see.
It's very
Would it
good at
help me
keeping
to
you
do
safe.
a perception check to find out where they are?
The tricky thing, you'll basically be at disadvantage firing at someone in a fog cloud or on the other side of a fog cloud because fog goes both ways. It's the tricky thing. So
Gotcha. All right. So no fog cloud.
So
the fog, that would be useful for other things where like you don't want to be detected. So for example, if your plan had been like, I want to hide in the cave and have them never know I'm going to be here, fog would be great for that. It's good for some things.
Unless I'm going to be able to chase them off the cliff, they're either going to turn around or they're going to confront me in some way.
True.
I'm in the cave. They can't see me right now, but so there's not really any benefit in my using the fog, I guess.
Well, I mean, but they do know that the cave is there, so they may.
Yeah.
True.
They may check the cave for Glimply.
Bellin, you were gonna say something or something?
I was
Someone's
just
punch
gonna.
things.
Is it worth? Is it worth fighting them at this point, or would it
Whoa!
be better?
Wait a minute.
I know,
Who
but
who is this person?
Right.
Do we want to like? I'm anxious to hit, but like, do we want to save our energy for the queen and what she brings, or do we want to spend time and energy and potentially spell slots we can't recover to try to take these guys out?
Well, in this ARG version of Donkey Kong, we could jump over these barrels, or we could grab that hammer and just bust them down.
The challenging thing here is, Bellin, you didn't have this conversation before Jemica decided that she was going to murder a goblin.
Very true.
Let's file these under reactions you may be able to take.
Yeah, again.
So in fact,
average intelligence, Tony.
Yep, Bellin is thinking about these things. Maybe you're whispering about this to Caleb.
Maybe we
and
shouldn't
Evan.
attack the goblins.
Mm-hmm.
20 feet away, well, more like 40 feet away up the path. The 5 goblins have shuffled past you, Gemika/Grin, and the last goblin. Dan, what's the last goblin's name?
The last goblin's name is Sird, S-I-R-D, Sird.
The last goblin has shuffled past you, Grin, trying to look as, like he knows what he's doing as possible. And what do you want to do, Gemika?
The goblins do not appear suspicious, do they, at this point?
Nope.
As they don't appear suspicious. If any of them had appeared suspicious of me, then I would definitely be up for stabbing them in the back. But as it is, I think I'm just gonna stare at them menacingly as they go past.
They're like exchanging glances with one another and doing one of these like, blee, 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 and like trying not to look over the cliff. Blee, blee, come out.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stare menacingly with my fingers resting on my crossbow.
All right. The patrol moves on. One of the goblins did a double take when he saw Krong, and then realized it was a bugbear. And they
they don't have any. They don't have any rules about throwing boulders at bugbears. Like bugbears are on their side as far as they know.
And they continue. Yeah, they continue on.
Keep it up.
Enovin, Caliph, and Bellin. You hear the sound of 5 goblins kind of moving in right. It sounds like they're about to pass right by the cavern entrance to your little cave right now.
Do we hear them making any noise that would lead us to assume that they were coming into the cavern or approaching?
I don't think they're doing anything like that. They're just walking. And they're pretty,
Maybe.
it's probably, it's a dirt path with lots of rocky slate rock. There's lots of kind of sounds of crunching of rock and shuffling of stones and whatnot. So they're just kind of
You hear
patrolling.
one goblin kind of like loudly whisper, "Through here, I mean, Blibbly went over," and he's like, "Shh, shh."
Yeah, 3 years. 3 year elbows that goblin very hard for 1 point of damage.
All right.
So, Enovin, Caliph, and Bellin, I need you to decide what you're going to do, or I will take, or make the choice that no action is happening because you can't decide what you're doing.
So we either ignore them or we killed all of them is pretty much the only option, right?
Oh wow. Well,
You could kill
some
some
of them. Yeah.
You could,
yeah, but what would be the
could-
point of that? Then we have the others
You could
angry at us.
surrender. You could surrender.
Yeah.
You could, there's a lot.
You could
the
all disguise
possibilities-
yourself as goblins.
Yeah, Shelly, possibilities are endless.
We could join forces with them and also look for Blibbly.
Yeah, also a lot of money to be made extorting the town
Yeah,
of
but I don't
Redwater.
think they carry count saliva
Whitesparrow?
around, so I wouldn't recommend that.
They may know where the cats are. Let's Enovin was always going, his plan was always to hang out in the cave. And so he is going to go with that plan.
All right.
Hanging out in the cave.
Yeah.
Caliph. Oh, sorry, Belle. What are you doing?
So I think that I have my morning star out, but I'm
It's just a star.
All right.
I'm gonna have my star out, and
It
I'm
is
just
morning.
gonna wait and see.
That joke gets better.
I'm gonna do the same and hold my longbow. But if there's not any mood to attack this crowd, I'm not gonna do it by myself.
I would like the three of you to give me a stealth check. I'm gonna say you have advantage because you're in a cave, and it doesn't seem like they don't actually think that Blibbly is in this cave.
So, cool thing I just learned about D&D Beyond. If you're rolling on D&D Beyond and you right click on your thing, you can see it'll give you advantage or disadvantage. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So remind me
that's
how to
pretty
do a stealth check, please.
So there is, if on your D&D Beyond, if you look at stealth and you click your plus over there, if you right click it, you can do it with advantage. But if you just click on it, it'll automatically roll for you.
I got a 15.
All right.
So 18.
Caliph?
I am looking. I'm sorry. I am not as familiar with the D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
No worries.
It's the second column.
Yeah,
if
it's
that
the
helps.
second column.
Yes.
Towards
That
the
says
bottom.
bonus.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna roll a. Oh, so I'm sorry. You said right click on it. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, right click on the plus.
On the
whatever.
plus, next
Yeah.
to stealth
Which is a +2. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
with advantage.
And that. Sorry, hang on. It just gave me a.
Will the goblins detect them? Will.
Right. Right. Tune in.
Sorry, it just gave me the. It gave me the regular. Oh, here we go. I'm sorry. Make a stealth check. It's not telling me. Okay. +2. It did not behave. Okay, come on. Spinning. 4.
All right. Well, two of you did very well. You all kind of hold your breath. The 5 goblins, I don't know why I keep giving the number of goblins wrong, patrol past the cave entrance. One of the goblins is like, should we check the cave? And 3 years says,
He's not in the cave. We know he's not. Like, just get down here.
One of the goblins says, besides, that cave is totally haunted.
So
Goblin's name.
What?
What's that goblin's name?
That goblin's name is Trontog.
Thank you.
Trontog.
All right, and the goblins patrol down the cliffs, never to be seen for a little while. I think you are.
As the saying goes.
That is a hell of a cliffhanger right there.
This is what we call a. a success. Gemika, you get inspiration for your grand plan that put you in danger and actually worked. Inspiration is, some people like to have a visually different D20 or check off on your character sheet that you have inspiration, but basically at some point you can re-roll a D20. So, well, the Goblin Patrol has been dealt with through trickery and deceit, the best way to deal with bad guys. That leaves you clear to head up the cliffside paths to the top of the cliffs and approach the ancient dwarven dam, where you seek answers, where you seek an audience with the Red Water Queen, a restoration of water to the town of Whitesparrow, and possibly some more fights. Gemika, important question. Do you want to continue to appear to be Grin the Goblin, or do you go back to your high elf status?
This is a tricky question, and I believe input from other people might be advisable here, because one of the goblins, 3 Ears, said that he thought he'd already seen Grin.
Indeed.
And if other people also think, just like me, that appearing to be Grin could be helpful, because this goblin was easily confused, and let's face it, goblins are not known for their masses of intelligence, then I could continue to appear.
We heard that.
I guess it would be helpful if you were.
But it's true.
If you were using your identity to get information that you didn't already have.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if I could pretend you are all my prisoners.
Is there a limit?
Well,
to how
I
long
caught
the
all 4 of
guys
these
herself?
people. Yeah.
Right.
No. The bugbear helped.
Yes.
It's a new bugbear, but
Is
we
there a
had
limit
help.
how long you
Right.
can remain in that disguise?
That
Is
is an
30
excellent
minutes?
question.
I think it's an hour. Disguise self. Should be a duration up the top.
Yeah, 1 hour.
At worst, it'll confuse people, and I don't think it'll have any negative effect. Like, they're not going to react worse to you like this than they would as an intruder that Grim recognizes. So
Yeah,
I say
I'm gonna stay
keep it.
as Grin.
All right. And so you head up the path. You are reaching the site of the immense dwarven dam that contains the water that feeds the farms of Whitesparrow. Who is this Queen of Redwater? Will she be receptive to a bunch of people bursting into her throne room? What goblins will you face along the way? And what kind of funny voices will they have? Provided by Dan Morin. For answers to questions such as these, tune in next time to Total Party Kill.
So the hand predates the dam, so we should be picturing it with the water below it, I think.
That changes everything.
Damn hands.
All right. Let us take
It used to clutch a
live
giant
stream.
sword aloft, too. Maybe that.
Yeah. Live stream, we will be back very soon. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be back and we'll play some more Dungeons & Dragons, I think is the plan, right?
That is the plan.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the damn plan.
Dan plan.
I'm going to start playing Paranoia, but you guys keep going.
Dan, do you have the ability to pause or whatever you need to do?
Block recording where you hear odd things like "Get out of the room, cat."
Well, now the live stream's hearing it too.
That's
Yeah.
right. And
Get
the
out of the
editors will
room,
join.
live stream.
Why are you in the room, live stream?
I'm back.
All right, should we do this thing? This thing that we call Dungeon or Dragon?
Come
Let's
on,
do
guys.
this
Don't
thing.
Dungeon or dragon?
Dungeon or Dragon?
Dungeon
Okay.
Dealer's
or
choice, and
Dragon.
I'm the dealer. Any reason not to do the thing?
You're good.
No, let's
All
do
right.
this thing.
All right, let's do the thing. Welcome
Are
back
you
to
worried
Total.
about being interrupted?
I mean,
It wasn't me
not-
this time.
when you do it so politely, no, not really. Nope.
Recording.
Yep, recording. Welcome back to Total Party Kill. It's me, Tony Sindelar, Master of Dungeons, Monster of Dungeons, which is the dungeon that Dan Morin made that he lets me out of sometimes. We are continuing the Queen of Rosewater adventure. Allow me to introduce our players, and then I'll give you a quick update on what they've been up to. First up, what order am I going to introduce you in today? How about the order I see you on my screen? First up, it's Cicero Holmes. Hi, Cicero.
Oh man, I wasn't ready for that. I like playing Dungeons and Tangents, which I am on right now. I'm really good. I'm at +5 proficiency in tangents, and my character is his name is Enovan. He is a Azamar cleric who is on a quest for cat saliva.
Way to keep that happening. Next up is Rosemary Orchard. Hi, Rosemary.
Hello, I am playing a high elf bard who's currently inspired and is not particularly intrigued by cat saliva, but is willing to help in the name of the greater good and also potentially return water. And my name is Gemeka.
Most importantly, is currently disguised as a goblin.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I'm currently
that's
disguised
true.
as Grin the Goblin, so I do not look like a high elf or bard.
Nope.
I
Well,
look like
I mean,
a short, slightly dumpy goblin.
whoa, Dumpy. That's extremely accurate.
Well,
There
you
could
are a
be goblin
after all.
bards.
Yeah. Next up, it is Shelley Brisbane. Hi, Shelley.
Hello, it is I, Kaleth, the high elf sorcerer. I was dissuaded last time around from using my fog cloud. I'm still a little sad about that, but I look forward to going forth in our adventure to reclaim the water for the town.
Next up, it's Aline Sims.
I play Bellin Greybeard. You can call me Belle. And I showed a lot of restraint by not clobbering a bunch of goblins last time.
Yeah, very true. Last, not least, it's Monty Astley.
I like playing Dungeons and Cosines. Trigonometry joke. D&D players love that. It's going over great. I am playing Krong, the bugbear rogue who is on his last adventure. He will be retired after this. He's going to buy a boat and just sail around the world. It's going to be
Nice. Do bugbears like water?
Great. This one does.
Find out.
All right, canon.
All right, good luck getting the salt out of your fur.
And it's unclear whether it's more awkward to introduce him now or later when he voices a non-player character assisting me in Dungeon Master duties. It is the none other than John Moltz. Just kidding, we could not get him. It's Dan Morin.
Hi, Tony. My mice have escaped, and also my dice have escaped.
That's not good. Feed them both. All right. What has been happening in our Queen of Redwater fantastic adventure as provided by Sly Flourish?
Well,
They
Tony,
do
I'm
not
glad you
pay us
asked.
money for it to say that. In fact, I paid the money to play the adventure. Our adventurers have set out from the town of Whitesparrow to negotiate with some goblins and bugbears for return of water to the farms of Whitesparrow. Those negotiations went perfectly. A deal was reached, and everyone is happy with the arrangement. No, I'm told that a fight broke out, goblins were murdered, and you are pursuing them back to their base. You have murdered a decent amount of goblins in service to one Grin the Goblin. You have avoided a patrol of goblins on the cliff sides, and
That
you
we
have finally
did not murder.
did not murder. That's great.
Yeah.
We now apparently get a
Congratulations to you.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got awards for not murdering people, that
Yep.
would be the lowest
I was gonna
bar.
say I don't think we got any points for that.
Yeah, you get
I
Baby
got
steps.
inspiration. Come on.
yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
well,
Sure.
that's true.
And that was, a great tactical plan. There was planning that happened. And you have followed the cliff sides up to where an old trade road, rude? That is not how you pronounce the word road. You know, I grew up in various parts of the United States, and sometimes the accents overlap into some weird things.
Oh, Tony, we don't have time for your one-man show.
All right. That's basically all this podcast is. If you people didn't interrupt me, I would go for 7 hours and no one would listen. So thank you for your service. You are on an old trade road that's up atop the cliff sides and leads to the ancient dwarven dam that has formed the Redwater Lake. So to your north, you see the calm blue water of Redwater Lake. To your south, there is a 1,000-foot drop to the valley below. Ahead of you is the dam itself. So there is an old trade road that goes over the dam, though it seems like something has happened on the dam. Instead of a open trade road, there seems to be some kind of large barrier made out of wreckage of trade wagons and rubble and stone. And beyond that, you can see there's kind of a stone structure that's kind of like a building built into the dam. Like that's the part of the dam that, you know, you might go down into. So yeah. So does everyone see the map okay? And does that line up with my description? This is the part where you say, what is this thing? And I'm like, that's a tree. That's a lake. That's a goblin.
I have a very important question. How high do bugbears bounce?
Monty?
Is this like a
Depends how-
philosophical?
Well, is
Not
that
much,
before
frankly.
or
Okay.
after they drink the gummy berry juice?
Yeah.
If we fall far enough, we kind of splash.
Or is it
Okay.
the
Yeah.
buggy berry
Oh.
juice?
Yeah.
Okay, because I know
Buggy
high elves
bears
not great at
bouncing.
bouncing. I'm guessing dwarves also probably not great at bouncing.
I would recommend none of you fall off the 1,000-foot drop to the valley floor.
Okay, just
Do
double
we know-
checking.
Just
I would-
some free advice I'm giving out as Dungeon Master here.
I would
I
probably try
appreciate
to
that.
evolve some underarm flaps like a flying squirrel.
A flying bugbear.
I mean, I would love to see that, but for the time being, nobody's going off the edge.
And
Okay.
Anavan looks at all of them and he says, I'm going to catch some cats on this old trade road. And I'm going to find them till I can't find no more. I got
Love that
the-
song.
Yes.
Reference acknowledged.
Yes.
We all just stare at it for a moment.
There's
You
a
guys-
somewhat stunned silence.
Right. Much not too dissimilar from the stunned silence that is happening right now.
You see, Cicero, good acting is based in truth.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. All right. Now that
Unfortunately, I do not have a cantrip called guidance or a spell, because otherwise that could be very useful, as it was useful to me earlier.
yeah. Well, I mean, Anavan does, and it's a cantrip, so you can use it as much as you want.
Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe you should guide yourself.
Oh.
Can you use that?
Cleric,
Because I
guide
didn't know.
thyself.
Guide myself to not make that joke again.
I was more thinking less cat looking, more figuring out what's wrong with the dam, because guess what? Inside the dam, there are probably cats.
Mhm.
Well, potentially trapped cats who've been drooling.
Is that what they
I
built
am
dams
so
out of? That's horrible.
When I think of a dam, that's the first thing I think of.
is
Trapped cats.
trapped drooling cats.
It's like an ant farm, but with cats.
We haven't seen a cat yet, but if we keep going, and Yvonne, we're gonna do it. I know
Yes,
it.
yes.
I'm gonna
We
find
gotta
that one.
believe
That's
it.
more motivating.
We've got to
us.
believe it.
Trapped
We've
cat
got to
depressed.
believe it. Yes.
I'm
Goblins
concerned-
don't
So-
keep cats as pets, do they?
I'm
I don't
concerned
think
that I
so.
did not do enough
Pets,
research on
snacks.
dams to lead this adventure properly, because
Right.
I'm not getting a chapter on cats.
So what Anavan will do is see if he can roll a history to see if he knows the history of this dam, and maybe can figure out what has transpired here.
Okay.
Is that
I would
seem
like to
fair?
help with that, please.
All right. That means you have advantage, Anavan.
Oh, you don't need to help because
Oh, I'm sure I don't need to
he-
help, because
He
Anavan's
rolled a
amazing.
nat 20, baby.
All right.
Ooh.
Well, you know that this ancient dwarven dam is hundreds of years old. You have learned in the previous day that it was created and maintained by the Rockledge Mining Company here. They probably used it to invest in mining operations, and probably there's all kinds of mining things you could do with rerouting water. The dam itself was used to generate power for various dwarven things that would require turbines and whatnot. The real technical stuff that I know all about, and I'm just choosing not to bore you with the details here. Well, that's what I'm saying. Yes. But it seems like the dam has fallen into disuse and probably has not been maintained by the Rockledge clan in quite some time. It operated as a part of a trade route for a while, and just the right amount of water used to flow to the towns of Whitesparrow. There is no water. There's just a trickle of water kind of coming out of the dam on the Whitesparrow side now, and it also looks like the trade route itself has been blocked by all this wreckage that strangely looks like wagons. A lot of wagons there. There's some stone and rubble too, but sure seems like somebody has taken a bunch of wagons and flipped them all upside down and used them to create kind of a blockade here on the dam, such that it would be impossible to operate as a trade route. Yeah.
I would like to roll a perception check to see if I can discern anybody like hiding in the wreckage.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a 17.
All right. You spot Belle. There are several. They're trying to hide, but their little goblin ears stick out.
Okay.
There's several goblins hiding in the wreckage.
Okay.
On the dam, waiting to attack somebody.
Okay, I'm gonna go to Gimika and just be like, "Hey, so some of your goblin friends are hiding in that wreckage over there."
Oh, that is a very good point. I appear as Grin. Where is Kron? Kron is behind me.
That's always the question, isn't it?
I know.
What
wanting
is
to
Kron?
check where Bella.
Kron?
How is Krog?
I would like to sneak ahead and hide in this little nook over here.
Alrighty. Right.
Moving silently.
Give me. It is. So you're gonna move down the dam, Krong. Give me a quick stealth check because it is gonna be hard to once you're actually on the dam to not be seen by the goblins in there.
Well, I do have a mighty +7, so 12.
All right, I'm gonna say you stick to the shadows, and you think you've reached that alcove, unseen.
All right, I'm gonna just stride forward and keep going in a straight line, like I know what I'm doing and where I'm going. And I'm gonna stop like approximately level with Kron, in the middle-ish of the dam, because I am Grin the Goblin.
All right. Do you want? All right. So I think that a voice calls out to you from the rubble. You see a little goblin peek up over the over some an overturned wagon. He's holding a crossbow. He's looking at you with his little eyes. And to play that goblin, please welcome to the podcast, Dan Morin. He's promised to be better than last time.
I made no such promise.
Wow.
Dan, what goblin is this?
This would be Puxey, Puxee, the goblin.
Okay. All right. Just going to add that to the token here. And I think Puxey, the goblin, calls out to Grin, the goblin.
Halt! Grin? Is that you?
Yes.
But
Nice.
you're downstairs.
Gemika, why don't you
Aren't
give
you?
us a new deception check to maintain your illusion as Grin the Goblin.
14.
Puxey's looking back at the others like, is there another way out of the dam? And the rest of the other goblins are like, oh.
It does seem like so. You have not done anything to give away that you are not indeed Grin the Goblin, though it's possible that these goblins are not as stupid as the goblins assigned to guard the cliffs, and these goblins may have seen Grin a little bit more recently, given that they are stationed here on the dam. So let's see how this goes.
All right. No, I'm here.
What are you doing up here?
I'm checking.
Checking what?
whether or not you're doing your job correctly.
Oh, and we're doing our job correct. We are hiding in the rubble like we were told, and we're waiting for people to come along the bridge.
You call this hiding?
Well, I mean, I admit we could be doing maybe a little better.
I can see ears over there.
Well, he's got big ears. It's not his fault.
Big Ears sticks his head out from behind the rubble.
Hello.
I can see big ears. And that's just the name of a
Is he
goblin.
related to 3 ears?
Distant
They're
cousins.
cousins. Yeah, cousins.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So now I can see 2 of you who are
Well, because we know it's
hiding.
you. If there were bad guys, then we would obviously still be hiding.
And what about behind you? Have you checked behind you recently?
Yeah, of course. Slagus, check behind us. Another
Ah,
goblin looks cranes his neck and then looks back and gives a thumbs up. Yes, everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
I thought you would be talking to the queen.
Well, I'm not talking to the queen. I'm checking to see why you're doing such a terrible job.
That's not what my last self-evaluation said.
Self-evaluation.
Oh, yeah, they're very hands-off management
Self-evaluation
style.
says I'm doing great.
I do a
Wasn't-
self-evaluation at my job for many years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And wasn't the other patrol due back 20 minutes ago?
Do any of us have watches?
Yes. All goblins have an innate sense of time.
There is one goblin. He is much better dressed
Yeah.
than all the other
His-
goblins. He's got a waistcoat.
Yeah,
And
his name is Watches, but his watch
Yeah,
doesn't
watch.
work as the thing. He's got a stolen pocket watch, but it always says
Yeah.
the same time. But he pulls it out and checks it just to be sure, and he was like, "Yeah,
He just forgets
Does
to
he
wind
have
He
a handlebar
puts-
mustache?
Of
and a
course.
top
Oh,
hat
yeah.
covered in gears.
yes, and he puts on a monocle to examine the watch first.
The monocle
The watch-
also has no glass in it, but
Yes.
He's riding a penny farthing bicycle.
Yes. Oh, please, it's a velocipede.
Yeah, so we're doing our job. Yes, sir.
Watches seems very concerned that maybe his watch is not running. He's holding it up to his ear now.
It doesn't tick.
And what is this guy over here doing? The one with the shiny stuff. That's not gold.
That's just Watches. He's a little strange.
And you think that he is good enough to stand watch here?
His name is Watches. That's what he does.
Watches gains inspiration.
No.
The show is now about watches and nobody else.
Sorry. It's going to meet up with Top Hat Jr. from that last adventure, and they're going right into the sunset.
I would like to use the corners of my eyes to see whether or not I can see any of the rest of the party moving.
They are entranced watching you.
Yeah. I imagine that they're all
How's she going to sell this one?
yeah, there's a perfect little stone formation that they're able to just kind of peek out and watch behind, and
Oh, sure. You can't see
yeah, so
barriers.
yeah,
Except for maybe Krong's.
giant goblin. Yeah, well, Krong is in a perfect shadow. But yeah, Enovan, Bellin, Caliph, I guess Gemika / Grin turns and looks at all you. What do you just everyone's just thumbs up?
Well, I'm not
Right.
turning because I don't
Okay.
want the goblins to be
So-
aware that they're.
But you look
other
at it
people.
out of the corner of your eye, you catch their look
Yeah.
around the corner.
Okay. Yeah.
I-
Okay.
I'm kind of trying to gesture to at least get her to get them out of the wreckage so that they
Yeah.
don't have cover if we need to hit them.
Yeah.
I don't know if she sees me or not, but I'm trying.
Why are you not saluting me?
I
mean, the other goblins did, so I'm just going with this.
Yeah, they kind of are all right, yes, obviously, sir. I didn't realize we were
Attention.
standing on ceremony today.
Attention! You're supposed to come and stand
But we
in front of me so I
can't-
can inspect you.
But we are supposed to be hiding.
Well, you're doing a terrible job, so what does it matter now?
I guess, he kind of looks at the rest of the goblins and sees if any of them are going to back him up on this, or they've all decided to turn against him.
Gemika, give me a persuasion check. We'll say that you have an advantage, as in the form of Grin, the goblin, to get the goblins to come out of the wreckage.
All right, persuasion check
Mhm.
with advantage. Ooh, 19.
All right. Puxy Big Ears watches other goblins to be named. I think they come out of the wreckage and kind of fall in
Kind of raggedly.
vaguely, ragged military formation in front of you, Gemika.
Okay.
Watches still checking his watches, and Puxy like elbows
Yeah.
him again. Like
Yeah,
Does he take 1 damage for the elbowing?
it's not that hard.
it's not as hard.
Yeah.
All right. I have never seen such a disheveled patrol in my entire life.
What does disheveled mean? He's like looking at the other goblins. Like, is that a good thing?
I've got a shovel right here.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I'm sure Belle's got a shovel ready. Should we, have leftover bodies? So I think we'll be good there. I am going to saunter over to the side a little bit and lean against the wall and stare.
Very casually.
Yeah, just leaning against the wall, sort of legs a little bit crossed, staring, thinking that maybe I can use the corner as cover should I need it.
Very wishful thinking.
All the
wishful
goblins.
thinking.
The goblins' eyes just sort of follow you. They're all looking like very
Yes.
unsure of what's going on.
All right.
6 nervous goblins are staring at you, Gemika.
Okay, that's good. They're all nice and close together, so I could theoretically use Thunderwave now.
Now
Yeah.
you're thinking. Yeah.
Now you're playing D&D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna do Thunderwave.
All right.
All
Yeah.
right.
So I get a wave of thunderous force sweeping out in front of me. Each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from you must make a Constitution saving throw, and if you fail the save, 2d8 thunder damage, and you
All
get
right.
pushed 10 feet away from me.
Dan, can you roll Constitution saves for Puxy, Watches, and Big Ears? I will roll for the 3 to be named goblins.
All right.
Rosemary, can you remind me what they're saving against?
What
On
would that be?
Constitution?
What's your spell save?
Where is that? Sorry.
It's at the top of your spells section.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If you look
I
at
have a +4 spell attack. Save is 12.
All right. 2 out of my 3 goblins failed.
2. Let's see. Constitution was it?
Mm-hmm.
2 of my goblins succeeded. 1 of them failed.
Dan, which goblin failed?
Watches was looking at his watch still, not watching as his job was, and he is blown backwards.
Gamika, can you step us through the horror that is Thunderwave that is about to wash over these many goblins?
All right. Well, there's a menacing roll of thunder.
Thankfully,
and,
there's the sound of water inside the dam, so it's not. I don't think you've given away your position to anyone.
no,
Yeah.
because
Dams-
I'm leaning against the wall, so it could be that.
Dams,
and then
known for their
Yeah,
insulation.
in the moments before that hit, in the moments between the thunder rumbling and the wave of force hitting, at least one of the goblins like looks up and is like, "It doesn't look like rain," and it doesn't even get to finish that sentence.
Yeah. So this thunderous force sweeps out from me. People who do not save are pushed 10 feet away, and they take 2d8 of damage.
All right, roll 2d8, and that will apply to everybody.
All right, so let's do that. Roll 4.
All right. And do the people that succeeded take half damage, or do they take no damage?
I believe it's no damage,
Okay.
unfortunately.
Alright.
On a successful save, the creature takes half as much damage and isn't pushed. Ha.
All right.
So at least 2 damage to everybody. Go me.
All right. So I got to do that. So everybody's going to take. There's too many goblins.
Well,
Fault is
not for
that?
long.
Too many goblins.
Now I notice, Gamika, that some of the goblins are near the edge of the dam. How is that going to go for them, do you think?
Well, put it this way. If the thunderous force originates from me in a cube, then they're probably going off the edge of the dam because they get pushed 10 feet.
I think so. I think they're going to get a chance to make a saving throw to just be knocked down, but it's possible some of them are going to plummet to their feet. All right, hold
Plummet to
on.
their
I
feet.
did.
That's the worst.
Well,
Plummet
sorry,
to
plummet
your
to the.
feet.
By the way, if they
Uh,
plummet to their death, sound effects will be required.
Okay.
Just
Um,
giving down a
so
heads
let's
up.
see here.
Just
ready.
Wilhelm screams.
Watches is badly hurt. Unnamed goblin here is badly hurt. And unnamed goblin here is badly hurt because I think 3 total at the end,
Yeah.
3 succeeded and 3
Yeah,
failed.
exactly.
All right. So I've got 3 goblins. I'm just going to put them over here. These are the 3 goblins that are in trouble. I'm going to roll. I'm just going to do a flat saving throw for them to see if they get knocked off the dam or not. So. One of them critical failed. One of them failed, and one of them got an 18. So they're going to succeed. So Watches has the benefit of having a name. Watches is prone, clinging to the edge of gets one hand, gets his watch chain wrapped around a railing, is hanging on for dear life. 2 other goblins are blown off the dam. There's no.
No. They fell off the,
Oh, we
the
can't do
earth
that.
side,
Yeah.
so it's just
You're gonna get us sued.
Yeah,
one of
there's
them,
no-
one of them
There's
said
no lake on
sploosh.
that side.
One of them
Yeah.
said sploosh and then just died hitting the
We
ground.
established there wasn't that much water anyway, so.
Well, the water is all on the
other
north side.
side, yeah.
Oh, there
you
is
knocked
water
them
on
off.
the other side. All right.
And it's there's water on the north side, lots of water, and it probably is. It's only probably I don't know, maybe a 10-foot drop into the water.
Gotcha.
It's 1,000-foot drop to not water on the side
Right.
that.
Well, there's some
Great.
water on this side. We can see it
Yes.
pouring out of these.
Yeah, there's a trickle.
They
Yes.
missed it by about 10 feet. Like there's like
Yeah.
a nice pool of water, and
Yeah,
they're like,
yeah.
oh no.
Okay, fine. There's a wading pool at the bottom, 1,000 feet down.
There is an 8-ounce glass with water.
You gotta
All right.
really nail that landing.
or maybe it's a
So-
16-ounce glass that's half full.
Yes. I'm gonna suggest that you all roll initiative because I feel like the other goblins are going to want to fight. And I'm gonna roll initiative for them
Do
because
they?
that's what I do. Yeah.
They're not that smart.
Oh, that's intelligence. Where did initiative go?
So if you push the initiative thing that's just below your proficiency.
There we go. Thank
there
you.
you go. No problem.
I get 10.
Enovan has 16.
That's better than 10.
That it is.
Right.
Oh boy. 17.
All right.
I rolled
So-
4.
Better than 16. Not better than 16.
Not better than 10.
Yes.
Let me tell you what has happened here. So the goblins rolled 19. Thankfully, 2 of them are dead. One of them is badly injured and falling down. 3 of them are confused and angry. The initiative
And
order,
injured.
yeah, and injured. They all took damage. The initiative order is goblins, followed by Caliph, Enovan, Belin, Gemika, and Krong. Dan is going to run 2 goblins. I will run 2 other goblins. Dan, which are your 2 favorite goblins?
Oh, my 2 favorite goblins. It's so hard to pick.
Yeah,
I will
I'm,
pick.
I'm giving you. I'm a generous dungeon master
Thank you.
here.
I'll take Puxy and Watches.
Oh, great! Leave me with big ears. And
Got big ears. Not his fault.
can you give me a name for the 4th goblin?
Yes, of course. The 4th goblin is Slagus.
Okay. Ugh.
Delicious.
Good name.
Yeah.
All right. So we get to go first. That's great for us.
Woohoo!
Dan, take it away.
Well, Puxy is suddenly, he's sort of like, as the thunder wave blows his hair back a little bit, he looks at Jimmy and says, "You're not Grim." And then he
No,
raises.
my name is Grin.
Oh, you're Grin. Are you related to Grim? Stop trying to trick me, he says, and he lowers he pulls back his short bow that he's carrying and attempts to shoot you with his short bow. He gets a 7, which I'm guessing does not hit your armor class.
No, it does not.
So his shot goes wide, and he's kind of like stomps on the ground a little bit, like, this has been the worst day.
Oh no.
He's having a bad day, guys.
Yeah, and you already broke a nail as well, so you know.
Tony, do you want to take the next one, or should I continue on?
Yeah, sure. Big Ears also has a short bow, is going to follow Puxie's lead. Short bow attack on, he believes, his former leader, Grin. Big Ears is much better. I rolled a 23 to hit. So, Gamaka, I'm going to assume 23 hits you. You get 5 piercing damage as an arrow catches you in the side.
Ouch.
Ugh.
Dan, back to you.
Watches will use some of his movement to like pull himself back up to the dam there and then get to his feet, and he sees that the tide has gone against who he thought was Grin the Goblin, and he decides that he will join in and pull back his short bow and attempt to shoot the imposter. Gets an 8. Not very good.
Nope, does not hit. Goes wide.
They're all a little
right.
disoriented.
Good.
Yep, their ears are ringing. Slagus pulls out a kind of a rusty short sword and charges.
Excuse me,
Grin.
Tony. Because I have reach, I could have hit Slagus where he was standing a second ago, so he has just left my melee range.
Oh yeah, he has no idea about that.
I would like to do a.
Would you like to alert him?
terrifying- Yes, I'm going to attack him.
All right, I assume that you probably have some things going for you because he is
Yeah, I sure
oblivious
do.
to your existence.
Yep. So I attack with advantage. I don't do super great, but I do end up with a 12 to hit.
The goblins have better armor than that.
Very well. Carry on.
All right, Slagus
for
is
trying.
unaware that he was almost murdered by Krong and rushes up to Grin and stabs at you with an old rusty looking short sword. 14 to hit.
It's gonna hit, unfortunately.
All right. Ugh. Right in the arm. You take 5 slashing damage. Also, you should get a tetanus shot. Well,
Yeah.
that was the
These
goblins.
definitely have tetanus.
Yeah, these guys are riddled with tetanus. They live in rubble. Caleb, you are next. You are down at the, you're about, what, 20 feet down the dam from the whole fight that's breaking out here, maybe 30 feet. But you see from your little position of cover there that things have gone violent.
So I my longbow is ready and able. Now you're going to have to remind me of my sequence here. I can tell you my numbers and such, but
So
am I rolling?
30 feet is totally within range for a longbow, so you can roll to attack. So do the D20 and then modifier for your longbow.
20. Okay, that is a 12. And then the longbow is 1d8 plus 2.
That's the damage if you hit. Can you tell me what
okay.
your
So I got-
bonus? It's 12 plus something.
I'm sorry, where should I be?
It's if you look
My
at your
bonus-
actions section there, where the longbow is, look to the left of the damage, probably.
4. Yeah, it's
Okay.
4. So I
So
16.
you rolled so you rolled a 12. You had 4 to that is 16. 16 is just enough. Can you tell me which of the 4 goblins you were targeting?
Oh, let's see. I could target any of them given my longbow.
Yeah, so it's totally who did you feel the most needed an arrow? in
I
the
don't know.
face?
I think watches is getting on my nerves. Let's get rid
Oh
of it.
wow.
Wow. I mean,
The
fan
deepest
favorite
character.
I'm sorry.
watchers.
Which is the one that was attacking Gemika? I should probably go
All
after
of them.
Oh,
Yeah,
all
all of
so
them
far,
were-
Well, one's
Gemika's the only
melee
one they can
the-
see.
Yeah,
Right.
Slagus
Okay.
is right up in Gemika's face.
Well, then I'll go for Slagus because
All
he's
right.
the main threat to my team.
All right. So you rolled a 16, which is totally enough to hit Slagus. Now you get to tell us how much damage you did, which I think you said for a longbow is 1d8 plus 2.
1d8
So
plus 2.
roll a d8 and add 2.
Let's roll that. I will get all these rules memorized. Okay,
That's-
5 plus 2, 7.
Oh, wow. Slagus had a rich, deep life story that we will never learn as your longbow catches him in the eye and he hits the ground spinning, unaware that anybody was on this dam other than Grin, who apparently had learned magic and gone evil. Puxie, you see Slagus take an arrow from an unseen force in front of you. I think you have time to scream out.
No, not Sluggus. Oh, I'm gonna get hit with so many demerits for this.
All right.
Gone for good.
Yes.
Dan,
Oh,
are
I
you back?
think he's back.
Hello.
Uh,
Zoom decided to freak out.
It does that. It's handling its newfound wealth well.
Not gonna do.
I
what
had an
everyone
explanation
thought I
for
was
you,
gonna do,
which was that Slagus was the queen's nephew by marriage.
Yeah.
Just
We
to be
got to
clear.
the same place, Dan.
Great, excellent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Amazing. We all know
Yeah.
how families work.
Yeah. Excellent. Good job, everybody. We solved that one. So, all right. Edivon, it is your turn. You are also at the end of the dam, about 30 feet away from this fracas. What do you want to do?
So Enovin is going to use his cantrip called Word of Radiance.
Ooh. does that do?
And so he utters a divine word, and burning radiance erupts from him. Each creature of his choice that I can see within range must succeed. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that kind of sucks. All right. So what he's going to do first is he's going to pop out of his hiding place.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to be within 5 feet.
Oh, so it's
it's like
close.
an area
Yes,
attack.
Yeah. So he's gonna come over here and make himself vulnerable to everyone.
So you're gonna run down the dam in between Puxy and Big Ears.
Yes.
Who the heck is this guy?
Right. So yeah. So wait a minute. I'm moving things. I don't want to move them. All right. And yeah. Who is this guy? And this guy looks at them, and he utters the one divine word, cleanse. And
Goblins don't like that.
yeah, so when he does that, so before we saw like fire in his eyes when we were at the when we were at the statue, this time you see like water in his eyes. It almost looks like, you know, like a tidal wave, but you see at the crest of the tidal wave in his eyes a bar of soap, a conventional bar of soap. And so the goblins, as they look into his eyes and they hear what he says, they think they see this, and then immediately out of him seems like there's this ethereal tidal wave that is coming to hit them and cleanse them. They all must make Constitution saving throws.
All right, Dan, I'll roll for Big Ears. You roll for Puxy.
All right, hope this goes better than my last rolls.
I got a 14 for Big Ears. Is that? I don't know what I had to hit.
That
sister.
saves.
I got an
okay.
Puxy got an 8.
Oh,
All right, that does not save.
Oh,
and Puxy takes 3 points of damage.
Puxy is not doing well at this point. I mean, like emotionally, financially, physically, career-wise, everything.
Not where he thought he would be when,
No.
5 years ago when they
This
said,
is-
"Where do you see yourself in 5 years?" It was not murdered on top of a dam by a green cleric and someone who he thought was his boss.
Right.
Yep. No.
Puxy,
So
these
how's
are
that
hard
self-assessment
times.
going?
Don't be so tough on yourself.
Yeah.
The one bright spot is he won't have to do another self-evaluation this year.
Yeah. All right, Enovin, was that your turn? Was that an action and a move?
That was an action and a move. I do have a bonus action that I could use to. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I'm in the thick of it. So I am going. Well, question for the DM. Does a yeah, right, exactly. Does a cantrips count as a spell?
For the purposes of casting another spell on a turn.
That is correct.
Dan, I
You
forget,
can
we've looked this
cast
up before.
if you cast a spell. I think you can only have cast a cantrip, right? You can't cast 2 full spells, but you can cast,
Correct.
I believe, 1
Yes.
spell and 1 cantrip. Yes.
Okay. So then what would be of more value? What would be of more value is, instead of casting another spell, he takes out his scythe/sickle and he looks at who is this guy's Puxy, and he just wants to put him out of his misery. And so he takes a swing at Puxy.
It's a service, really.
You have a bonus action that lets you do an attack?
That is correct. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, and that is a 10 against. Oh, no. It is. Yeah, a 10 against your AC? Wait a minute. What? That looked wrong.
That seems very low.
But... Yeah, but yeah, I rolled it. Yes, it was a 7 plus a 3 equals 10.
That is unfortunate math. Somehow, right. Puxy kind of nimbly on a pool of his own blood slips out of the way.
Yeah.
of the scythe sickle
Luck
attack
rather than skill.
From Enovan. Yes. Yeah, 100%. All right. Well, look at it this way, Enovan. Puxy is terrified of you.
As well he should be.
Bellin, you
are at the scythe?
Right.
Who brings a scythe?
Right. It's a scythe call. Oh no.
Bellin, you are at the end of the dam. It looks like the fight is in full swing. What's next?
All right. Well, I'm gonna run as far as I can, which isn't very far because I have short little legs. So I'm gonna run to here. I'm gonna pull out my crossbow and I am going to aim at Watches.
Oh no, Watches, fan favorite.
Watches is in luck because that is an 8.
All right, your crossbow
the audience goes wild.
Yeah, your crossbow bolt rattles across the stone top of the dam. All right. Gemika / technically still in the disguise of Bryn, who, as far as they know, is just staging some kind of coup and is not an invader.
Okay, I mean, Puxy's still alive. Kind of feels like he's got it in for me. I'm gonna go with a crossbow attack on Puxy.
All right.
So I roll 18 plus 3 is 21.
Right in the gut with a crossbow bolt.
And that gives him 8 piercing damage.
That was unnecessary. Puxy is no more.
Oh, no.
Only Big Ears and Watches left.
Puxy whispers as he falls, "I'm sorry, boss," and then just falls over.
Okay. I am possibly not going to do the wisest thing here. I'm going to save my spell action and not do Healing Word. Because I trust in my fellow compatriots that I will survive this. So, if necessary, please bring me back from the dead.
Good plan.
Okay, all right. I like this.
They can
plan.
do that. That's
Probably
probably
Eleven will do miracles.
All right.
Krong, there are 2 goblins remaining. Badly injured Watches and Big Ears, who has been thunderwaved.
Am I still hidden?
Yeah, I don't think anyone is aware of you.
All right, then I will slide forward and stab past Watches towards Big Ears.
Keeping Watches
All
from
right.
fast.
26 to hit.
Yes, Monty.
Barely, Monty, just
Right.
barely.
Yeah.
Nicked him.
Yeah.
All right.
Did I mention that Big Ears was inside like a mithril hamster ball that provides amazing AC of 25 this whole time? No,
Yeah.
that didn't come up? Yep, somehow you found a gap in the armor. Good job.
Only 8 points of damage. I'm afraid I rolled very badly.
Man.
That would kill a healthy goblin, and Big Ears is not doing well. So you slay Big Ears.
Hey!
Watches immediately surrenders.
He looks at Krong, who's just murdered his friend, and just shakes his head and goes, "We all run out of time some point."
My friend Watches, you are too stylish to work for these idiots. I advise you to leave here and go follow your dreams. In
Let's
Watches
use
some
my
will-
cantrip message
Watches
to
will
put a
100
message in his head.
Watches will
Run.
100% take that.
Yeah.
And just, he'll tip his top cap. He'll saunter off down the dam and start a new life.
Is he
Yeah.
gonna
Preparing
saunter off
watches.
like Charlie Chaplin?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I believe as Grin, I will just do a cheeky little wave as he runs.
What a confusing life story Watches has.
I am
Can't
really
wait
looking
to watch
forward.
Watches spinoff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's gonna get a house next to Top Hat Junior, repairing
Yeah.
watches.
I want to play that campaign now where all the goblins that you've let live have an adventure on their own.
I think they're all, as far as I'm concerned, they all end up in Waterdeep, and we will eventually have an adventure there. So,
I mean,
yeah,
he could be
just-
delivering Smurgle sandwich shop flyers in a day.
Yeah.
We don't know.
I think we've determined in Smurgle sandwich shop, Smurgle employs mainly kobolds because you don't have to pay them as much. But maybe
Goblins
Assistant
know their
manager watches.
goblins are back of house. I don't know. Before Watches disappears into the distance, he just turns to all of you and just gives you a nod, and then heads off into the strange story that is going to be Watches spinoff. All
I'll
right,
miss him.
you have defeated a round of goblins. I would suggest to you, this is probably not the best place to take a short rest.
No.
You are now kind of you have reached the edge of the enemy base, as it were. There are probably some other goblins around here, so to spend an hour might be not,
And I would
had
definitely
to,
no
you
longer be
could.
disguised as Grin,
Yeah.
where we may have some minutes remaining.
Yeah. So
Question for the rest of my wonderful compatriots. Would people prefer that I retain a spell slot or that I use my remaining spell slot?
I would hold
wait,
on to it if you can.
Yes. So
Yeah. Because I have no other way of healing myself, but I'm aware that Enovan might be able to heal me if Enovan is willing to do so in return for cat saliva later, of course.
yeah, well, I mean, it is assumed, right? It's implied. So so Enovan can lay hands on someone once per long rest, but that is only healing hands only restores 2 hit points. So
Oh, okay.
how badly are you injured?
10 points of damage out of my 15.
Well
so.
then let's fix you. Hold on.
This is a real thing.
I mean, I
Right.
have healing word, which
No.
would
I
do
have
stuff.
Enovan has cure wounds. He's gonna use cure wounds. And you receive a whopping 4 hit points from Enovan with his cure wounds. And then he will also as an action, since we're not in initiative, lay his healing hands on you for another 2 hit points.
Thank you.
Yes.
11 out of 15 is considerably better than
Right.
5 out of 15.
Yes.
Can you stay disguised as Grin?
I only am disguised as Grin for an hour, and I'm not sure how long I have currently been disguised as
I
Grin
think-
for.
I
I think it's about to run out.
Yeah, I think that ended that hour. The fight itself was very brief, but you did have to trudge up the
Right.
Yeah.
cliffs to get here.
Okay.
So I think you're probably on borrowed time as far as that spell goes.
I was picturing us bursting in, and then you say, "That's an imposter."
right. and then immediately the
The
disguise
good
wears
news-
off.
Exactly.
I mean, the
Damn!
really good news is because I still have a spell slot thanks to Enovan's wonderful generosity, I can use disguise self again.
Mhm.
However, we may want to save it, and I have hideous laughter, sleep, thunderwave, which may also be useful
Yeah.
skills
Those
to
are
be
also
used
useful
at a
skills.
later time.
Also
Keep your
important,
options open.
you've met Watches now, so you can pretend to be Watches at any point.
I mean, I'm not sure
Oh,
that's going to carry as much weight as pretending to be Grin.
Well, look, there's
Blend in, though.
tactical decisions and there's decisions you do to amuse Dan. So
That is- yeah.
you know.
This is very true. Everything
Did
should
we
amuse Dan.
hear the goblin say which one of them was the queen's nephew?
Puxy.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
Puxy said Slagus was the queen's nephew.
Yes.
Okay.
Through marriage. It was through marriage.
Yeah.
Don't worry
Well,
about
he
it.
didn't say that, but we've inferred that.
You've
Yeah.
inferred that.
While they are, while Gimmick is being healed, I'm gonna check out the wreckage for anything notable or out of place. And I rolled a 19 to my perception check.
All right. It does. It seems like the wreckage. It's all these like wagons of various age and origins that have been turned over and turned into kind of a road blockade here. It looks like they have been thoroughly picked clean of anything of value. So there does not seem to be anything kind of exciting there as far as things of value in the wreckage.
So would investigation gather different information? Because that seems close to what perception is.
It might. It would probably be pretty similar.
Right.
You could try it.
Then I will do investigation. And I come up with... $18.
So you see that there's you're kind of studying like maybe where do these come from. You can see that there's several that have different trade company names stamped into them. That none of them are going to be usable as a functional wagon anytime soon. They're all like the axles are broken and the wheels are cracked. And it also seems like they're all pretty old too. So no one has been this way with a trade caravan in some time. They do look like they were some of them have arrows stuck in them still, so probably turned into a barricade through use of violence or threats of violence. Probably not. These are probably not wagons that the goblins came into. Through they didn't buy them, is what I'm saying.
Thuggery and mischief. I don't
Right,
think I
should
can
we-
intimidate a wagon.
Go forward.
Yes.
I think we should.
Yes. And not backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Backwards has no cats.
Let's go get in trouble.
All right. So you climb your way over the wreckage into the main.
Never mind. Carry on.
All right.
Sorry.
You climb your way over the wreckage into the main part of the dam. The dam does continue for some ways around the edge of the lake here, but it seems like there's kind of a main structure of the dam in the form of kind of like a tower built into the side of the dam here, overlooking the valley. And it's basically like a two-story stone keep. It overhangs the edge of the dam, looking out over the valley. You imagine from inside it would have a great view. There's these kind of stone guard towers flanking either side of the keep's entrance. The keep itself does not look like it has served as a functional fortification in some time. There are wooden and stone doors that would have kind of helped secure it that had been smashed open a long time ago, and there's rubble. Does anyone want to give me a perception check?
Yes, I have +4.
All right, roll it.
So 18.
You smell the familiar smell of goblin and hear the sound of goblins chatting with each other inside the two towers that overlook this area from the keep.
So, what are you having for breakfast today? Well, I thought I might have a sausage. If I could find one. That seems tough, though. Yeah, that's nice. A good sausage. You cooked up right nice. That's very good. Well,
I'm just mad there's so many cats around here and they keep drooling all the time.
Tell me about it.
I'm up to my elbows in cat saliva.
Lousy with cats.
All right, I think Belle is going in.
All right. That's scary.
All right. Belle, you lead the way through. There's kind of a double doors here, and inside there is like a small little courtyard. You can kind of look out over the valley from here. In one corner, you see a set of stone stairs descending into the keep. But there are also two doors leading to the two towers of this keep. And one of those doors flies open and a goblin appears in the doorway. Who goes there? Belle.
They've all frozen, and the goblin starts to worry
Can I just
that
pull
it's
out my
seeing
morning
things.
star and run toward the goblin?
Indeed, you can.
Okay.
You do that.
New strategy.
New strategy. The goblin has a chance to yell, "Intruders!" And there's the sound of scrambling goblin feet in several rooms nearby as a fight breaks out. Will you quickly dispatch these last set of guards protecting you? That's not, those words don't actually make sense when I put them in that order. Will you quickly dispatch this last set of guards here atop the dam? Will you find and confront the Redwater Queen? Will you discuss the fact that you have killed her nephew? Will you find out what the goblins are doing with this dam and return the flow of water to the town of Whitesparrow for answers to questions such as these? Tune in next time to Total Party Kill. The end.
So as soon as I did that, I rolled and I critted to hit.
Oh.
And I also had the great idea of using Mage Hand to slam the door shut.
Yep. That's a
Write
perfect
yourself
use
some
of
notes.
Mage Hand.
Yeah,
I'm
feel
gonna
free
make
if you
a
want the
note for
chat.
next time.
Yeah, the chat in Roll20 is persistent, so I sometimes put notes for myself there of like,
okay.
here's what's
Okay.
happened. If you want, you could all roll initiative now, and we'll start our next session right in the middle of that fight. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we had a few minutes to go, but I was like, that seems like a better cliffhanger than, all right, let's do a bunch of math for 5 minutes.
So
You could have called back that Dungeons and Tangents thing from the top of the episode.
yes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, make those notes.
I will just enter. Yeah.
Oh my
So
god.
I think
No, go ahead. It's fine. It doesn't matter.
okay. Are you
It
sure?
literally does not matter. Yeah, no. Nothing has mattered less ever.
Really? That's
Oh man.
that's
Now I
pretty
want to
hilarious.
know.
Yeah.
Right.
I just got Monty's joke from the beginning of the episode. That's
Where it said Dungeons and Cosines.
yeah. And I never would have if he hadn't.
Timing.
I even explained it.
We're
I
smart
don't
here.
sleep much.
Fair.
All right, I have put in initiatives for some of you. All right, cool.
I'm gonna stop my recording.
We are
Yeah,
going to bid
I will
adieu
do
to
that
the
too.
live
Yeah.
stream. Goodbye, live stream.
Goodbye, Let's
Thanks for
Bye.
watching. See you later.